What's up, everybody? It is Sunday. I know the lighting's a little bad. I do live out somewhere where the sun does shine. Still trying to work on some things and getting the background taken care of. I did buy myself a green screen. Maybe this will help here. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday afternoon NFL. Man, the light is crazy. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm trying to straighten a few things out. Maybe that'll help some. It should help some. Because the light comes in from the side based on where I'm sitting. I guess that'll do it. So, what's going on? I don't have any viewers at the moment because this is a super impromptu live stream as I'm going to be watching and reacting in real time to the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers as they are battling for the one seed in the NFC, folks. Let's face it, the Bears have surprised everybody with how they're playing this season. Nobody really expected them to be 9-3 at this point in the season. Green Bay's 8-3-1. Packers have had some struggles at home. I mean, losing at home to Carolina, who's surprised a lot of people, plus their loss on the road to Cleveland Browns with Joe Flacco, which is kind of amusing to some people considering Green Bay has lost the game. Or the Browns, I'm sorry, the Browns did lose today to the Tennessee Titans, who are the worst team in the NFL. So, welcome to the stream. I do have one viewer. I just want to thank you guys for joining me. Be tuned in for the next few hours. I did get a copyright strike on my channel, just so you guys know. I don't know what's going on with that. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. 2 strikes in a day would be crazy. But I am not promoting anything on this stream. This is just watching the Bears and the Packers. Wonder if Ben Johnson's going to be taking his shirt off in Lambeau. I mean, he did that stunt to get some hot dogs because I guess that's just what he thinks is cool and whatever kind of promotion they had going on. But nonetheless, bear with me in the very short term as I'm going to get some things going here. Let a few people know that I am live. And I do have comments turned on. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you guys are enjoying your Sundays. We are deep in the NFL playoff picture. We got a few injuries here. Devontae Wyatt being out for Green Bay, that's definitely going to hurt the Packers up front for their pass rush. I mean, we do expect things better when he is in the game. It's really tough to replace a great run-stopping defensive lineman like that. I mean, he's been an absolute force when he's in there. And when he got injured earlier in the season, his absence was felt. Let's put it that way. So pardon me while I minimize a few things here. Just trying to get to where I've never done a live stream while watching a game. We did a live stream this morning with Bobby from @Bobby's Big Board talking about the college football playoff, which is ironically the video I got the strike on. So it's time for kickoff. 17 degrees up in Green Bay, a little bit of wind, sunny and ice cold in Lambeau as it should be. You don't want football done any other way. And Brandon McMahon is set to kick it off from the 35-yard line, and he sends that kick inside the 5. And Duvernay is taking the ball out to the 20, gets out to about the 28-yard line. So the Bears will take over 1st and 10 as we see Jay Cutler. I'm just kidding. We see Caleb Williams come out for the Chicago Bears, first overall draft pick. Last few games, they've won 5 straight, 10 touchdowns, 2 turnovers. That is good quality football. We're going to see if he's able to get it done here. I mean, they did win this game here in January last year. So people like Big Cat and every Bears fans out there has just been, the Bears are undefeated against the Packers in 2025, guys, even though, they were going to the playoffs. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. DeAndre Swift gets it up the field for about 5 or 6 yards. So there was a hole on the right side. Like I said, the Bears have run the ball pretty effectively. I mean, they had 2 100-yard rushers against the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday, pulling out a surprise win. I think the Bears had a statement win. I'd been kind of treating them like Indiana in college football to where I had to kind of see it to believe it. Last week, they did win on the road. They're on the road again here. This is for the 1 seed. If the Bears don't win, they fall all the way down to the 6 seed. We got a 2nd down here. Caleb Williams looks for a quick out, and it is incomplete, looking for Luther Burden. That reminds me of another critical Bears injury. Rome Odunze is out today for the Chicago Bears. DJ Moore has been noticeably absent, but we're going to see what Ben Johnson's doing. Front 4 for Green Bay looks like it's going to be Carl Brooks and Colby Wooden. And then you got Parsons and Gary on the edges. Quay Walker is back, which I think will help the Packers on the run defense. We are looking live here. It is 3rd and 5. We're at the 33-yard line. It looks like red zone offense. The Bears are middle of the pack, 15th. Can't get any more mid than that. Pass rush. Caleb evades the sack. He's going to run, and he makes a fake throw, gets the first down. There is a penalty marker on the field. Kajian Nixon comes up. If it's against the Packers, that'll be a first down for Chicago, and let's see what the penalty says. I think it might be a hold. And that is. It's a hold on the offense, so it will be 3rd and long again. That was a pretty impressive play for Caleb. Totally faked him out on that pump fake and went down the field. But it looks like they were holding Rashawn Gary, put him in kind of a headlock there. Can't do that. This is not Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sunday afternoon, America's game of the week. We love America here at Justin Paul Sports. Got a few viewers. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to leave comments throughout the show. I will be jumping in on it. 3rd and 15. The Bears are 6th on 3rd down conversions. Caleb's got time. He throws down the middle of the field. Incomplete pass. So effectively, Caleb Williams 0 for 2 passing. And the Bears are going to go 3 and out on the first drive because just ineffective passing the football there. He had time. That was kind of a hurried throw. But he's got to be better than that if you're going to win on the road in the National Football League, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't like there wasn't a defender in his pace. So, rivalry game, the oldest rivalry in the National Football League, the most storied one of all of them. The Packers nearly blocked the punt, and it is down inside the 15. Romeo Doubs has the ball. He's broken out to the 30, and he is taken down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. On their first possession of the game, Romeo Doubs, the Bears, I wish would just kind of, or the Packers kind of would like to see them get Kajian Nixon. There is a penalty flag now, and see what the penalty is here. Usually on special teams, it's a block in the back, which it is. It's a block in the back. So that set Green Bay back 10 yards. Jordan Love has been one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL quietly. They don't turn the ball over. The Bears are a super opportunistic football team this year. That's part of the reason for their record being 9-3. They have an ability to play defense, swarm, and make plays that puts your football team in positions to win. Remember, we don't care about nothing when it comes to these games other than winning. And when I do some other things with reasons that I can't say because of, it's 1st and 10. They're at the 10-yard line. Love dumps it out. It's about a 6-yard gain to Jaden Reed, who has come back from IR. He had 2 injuries. He had a collarbone injury and I believe his Linz Frank. So it's good for him to come back and get a look at 1st down. So the Packers are sending a message to let them know, hey, we're not going to be timid with him. Keith Byard makes a tackle. That's a good start. You want to kind of invigorate your offense a little bit. Josh Jacobs, by the way, has been kind of banged up, but he's super efficient when he runs the ball. That's got 6 yards, so it's 2nd and 4 here for the Green Bay Packers. And they do hand it off to Jacobs. It cuts inside, gets a 1st down and more, and he's inside. It's past the 25-yard line, so on 2nd and 4, we're not going 3 and out. We got a 1st down, ladies and gentlemen. This is Green Bay Packer football. As you can see, I clearly am biased in who I want to win this game. Chicago. Let's talk about Jordan Love here. 70% completion against Chicago. 6 touchdowns, 1 pick, quarterback rating of 121. 3-1 quarterback record, but I don't believe in records being a quarterback stat because quarterbacks don't play defense. This isn't like the NBA or Major League Baseball or anything along those sorts. Got Reed in motion from the left to the right side. Jordan Love. Reed comes back in motion, and they give it to Jacobs on the opposite side, and he gets tackled for no gain. So for some of you that don't watch football, when you send a player in motion like that, some basic 101 is it gives the quarterback a read as to what they're going to see, whether it's man or zone defense. So the key is when they send a player in motion like this, and then a player goes with him, that's generally a feel for man coverage. If the player sits still and doesn't respond to the motion, that means he's playing his zone coverage. I know most people that watch football understand that, but I never know who's watching. Nonetheless, 2nd and 10. We've got a dual back situation here. Musgrave as fullback. Love drops back. He's got pressure in his face. Throws 1st down to Luke Musgrave. So the 2nd 1st down in this drive for the Green Bay Packers. Remember, Chicago has 3 linebackers that are out for this game. And I think that leaves a tendency to want to absolutely go to the short game or run the football. You want to test where your opposition absolutely has players off the field, especially starting linebacking core. The Bears don't have an elite pass rush, and I think that that's going to give them time to work the short game as they're doing methodically driving down the football field right now. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Oh, it's a jet sweep to Jaden Reed. He's come around outside and he gets about 7 or 8 yards on the left side. So it'll be 2nd down. We're at 11 minutes. We've already 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. I know that I sound like I'm babbling, but I just don't want to sit here for these next few hours and just say nothing. That was TJ Edwards, who is playing today. Noah Sewell is in there. Jaquan Brisker is in there. So the secondary is kind of intact. CJ Gardner-Johnson is a new addition, but he can be hit or miss depending on what team you want. 2nd and 3. Dontavian Wicks in motion from the left to the right. This appears to be zone defense here. Bears coming up, showing press. They do not come. Jacobs grinds for a few more yards, so it should be 3rd and short. Another thing about football, what you want to do is you can get a 2nd and short. That expands your playbook so much to do so many things. And in the National Football League, you've got to be capable of running anything, anytime, anywhere, right? And LaFleur, I know Packers fans can get frustrated with him, but I don't see why. He's clearly got this team under control. He's got the locker room under control. It's just football. This is the highest level of competition. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Packers running thick personnel. Everybody's up front for Chicago. They play action to the right side. Love hesitates, throws in the flat, and he's got Jaden Reed again. So it's a 1st down, Green Bay. That's 3 first downs on this drive. And we are seeing the Packers getting healthier. Dontavian Wicks had a game last week. Jaden Reed's back. They're not going to get Kraft. They're not going to get Wyatt back this year, obviously. But the Packers are exploiting these matchups with these linebackers trying to cover the flats on these short yardage situations. So that's just football 101. Sometimes there's nothing you can do to defend these kinds of situations. I'm sure we're going to see Christian Watson later in the game. All right, 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. Play clock's about to run out here. We got to the left. Short. There it is. Christian Watson on demand. Gains about 6 yards on the play. So the Bears are getting exploited on their soft zone coverage in the middle of the football field. When you don't have your starters, like I've already been just hammering that point home, if you don't have your starters in there up front, you're going to see these kinds of things happen. But 6 yards on the gain, so we got a 2nd and 4. We're past midfield now, so the Packers are already in Chicago territory on the first drive of the game. But these scripts aren't a tell of what's going to happen here, but we got dual back situation here. Got tight end in motion. We do an orbit reverse in a sort, but it goes up the middle to Josh Jacobs for no gain, so we're going to have a 3rd and 4 situation here. Again, sometimes you want to give the defense eye candy. Those kinds of plays, if you follow Texas football, those orbit, motion, play action, misdirection plays, that's kind of an eye candy thing that you want to do. I'm not so sure that I would factor that into the first drive of the football game, but it's all situational. We're already almost halfway through the first quarter for the first drive, so the Bears are going to have to try and get stop here. It's 3rd and 3. 6 minutes off this drive, and they hand it off to Jacobs to the left side. He cuts around the edge, and he gets the 1st down, and there might be a horse collar on that tackle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Do they call it? They do not call it. And they're just showing the replay here. So this edge got secured just barely. Brisker he did not pull his neck. He did grab his shoulders. So good no call. I want the games to be called right. Just, in real time on the camera. 1st and 10, we're at the 43-yard line here for Green Bay. All right, we got dual left. We got single back formation here. And the Packers once again hand the ball off. And this one is not for Josh Jacobs. I believe this is for Emmanuel Wilson, gains a few yards. So the Packers right now in this opening drive are imposing their will running the football. This is their bread and butter. Bears are running a cover 2 defense here. So when you run a cover 2, you've got to attack it with the run. You want to say again, they're in cover 2 again, the 2nd and 4. Love drops back to pass. He's looking. He's in trouble, and he gets sacked. He gets sacked for a huge loss there. Montez Sweat. I think if Love would have took off to his right, he would have bought himself a little more time here. They're showing the replay here. It was double team too, so he broke off the chip and just got through Rasheed Walker. It's a good play for the Bears defense. It puts the Packers behind the 50 and 3rd and long. So it's 3rd and 17. We're at 6 minutes left in the first quarter, opening drive, no score. Bears Packers in the NFC rivalry. The Packers have got to get the ball to the 33-yard line to get a first down. Love drops back to pass. He's got time. He goes down the middle of the field and he throws an interception. It is intercepted. I can't see the name. He's coming down the sidelines and he gets to the other side of the field. Number 35 for Chicago picks it off. I can't see the name, folks. I don't have every roster memorized, but that's a big-time play. See if they disguise the coverage here. Let's take a look at the replay. It's just, Gardner Johnson gets the pick. So the Bears respond to going 3-and-out on their first drive. The Packers got away from the run. The sack changed. Like, these negative plays in football will change everything on your philosophy. He's looking for Golden, but he underthrows the football. If he'd have been able to clear it, you can see where Love was looking. So that's on Jordan Love for not making a good throw. Great play for Chicago. That'll get a little momentum there. There's a young Bears fan, so he doesn't know the years of desperation for Chicago all these years. But they're headed to break. So first drive, the Bears go 3-and-out, and the Packers go downfield, waste all that time, and get nothing but a turnover. So it's kind of neutral. These are two first-place football teams. And amazingly, Fox isn't going to commercial. So it's 1st and 10. Oh, the Bears are at like the 36-yard line here. They got I formation. Caleb Williams play action. He's looking around, goes down the middle of the field, and he's got it inside the 20. Did he fumble the football? And folks, we're anticipating. Is Colston Loveland what they say? They maintain possession, so that's a first down here. Loveland gets ahead of Nixon. It might be incomplete. I think they need to take a look at that here on the replay. It might be a turnover, folks. Shows Loveland get the ball, but a fist comes down on the football. Oh, he fumbled it and recovered it. So he fumbled it and recovered it, and Matt LaFleur is going to challenge that because it looked like Evan Williams had the football and was on his back, touched for a second. So they're going to go to review. It's an excellent football game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of excitement you want to watch. You don't want to see no craziness, but we're going to see. I think it either might be an incomplete pass, so that's kind of crazy. Just looking at the replay, the ball's loose, and Evan Williams has it right there, and he's down. I think it might be Green Bay football, ladies and gentlemen. So I got 6 viewers. Thank you guys so much for joining me on short notice. I might do more of these. I was advised to do a live stream during football games. I think what I'm going to do is every Friday I do a show with Bobby at Bobby's Big Board, but not this Friday, but next Friday, Alabama plays their football game in the playoff on the road at Oklahoma, and I might do a live stream for that as well. I got some really good feedback on our live show, even though it stayed up on his channel, but mine got a copyright strike, which is kind of crazy. So got 5 viewers. How is everybody? Feel free to leave a comment in the notes. Leave a comment. Feel free to interact, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to take a look at some scores here real quick in the National Football League while we are at commercials. Let's see here. So a couple results from earlier today. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers pulled off the win, beating Baltimore 27-22. We saw Seattle absolutely hand it to Atlanta. Atlanta was my play of the day. I didn't think a 37-9 thrashing was in order. The Titans get their second win of the season, beating the Cleveland Browns on a game nobody wanted to watch, 31-29. But Shedeur Sanders showed he can move the football against a good defense, so there might be something there. Miami absolutely clobbered the New York Jets. They are 6-7. They are still fighting for that last playoff spot in the AFC. We also have the Saints, who I called on our Cover 2 Cash preview, might pull an upset in Tampa. Did indeed do that with a 24-20 win down there in Tampa as 8.5-point underdogs. Jacksonville takes first place in the AFC South with a 36-19 victory over the Indianapolis Colts. That Daniel Jones Achilles injury is big problems in Indy, unfortunately. We're going to see what they do. Are they going to play Riley Leonard or are they going to play Anthony Richardson now? We don't know. Interesting storyline if you're a Colts fan. The Vikings in NFC North action, they absolutely shut out the Commanders 31-0. Their playoff hopes are on life support, 5-8 right now in the season. And Buffalo, Joe Burrow threw 2 late interceptions as the Bengals had the lead and the Bills win the game 39-34. I like the Bengals to cover, and they did. We are back. And they're saying it's incomplete. He didn't ever got that second foot, and you can see the ball come out. So it's the right call. Matt LaFleur doesn't necessarily lose the challenge, but it's not a first down. So if you're able to see what I could see, ladies and gentlemen, you will understand. So that being said, it should be second down for the Bears. As it is 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. We've got heavy personnel here, multiple tight ends. Lots of motion, shifting to an I formation. And we got a false start. We're traveling, folks. Traveling backwards. Back that ass up, y'all. Number 84, Colston Loveland gets an incompletion. Then he fumbles, or then he gets a false start. That's what happens when you go to Michigan and you play for a team that there's cheating, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying. I'll never let it go as an Alabama fan that Michigan cheated and absolutely didn't get those wins vacated. As it says right there, Bama Nation. So now it's 2nd and long, so we had a sack on the Packers on their first drive, and these negative plays will always affect the outcome of things. Caleb Williams in shotgun formation. He's back to pass. He's looking around. He throws it underneath, and it's incomplete, looking for Kyle Monangai, who has been a pleasant surprise for Chicago. So when you get a running back in the 7th round and you can make him produce for you, that is winning in the draft. And jokes aside here, Chicago hasn't necessarily won a whole lot of drafts in the recent years. I mean, they did last 2 seasons. They've drafted pretty well at their skill position. I guarantee they're going to be looking at pass rush and offensive line in their draft the next coming season. But that's neither here nor there. It's 3rd and 15. The Bears are still in field goal range here. They're at the 41-yard line, so it would be a long kick. But not totally unmakeable, but we are outside, and it is cold out there. We got a single. Okay, so Caleb Williams is under pressure. Micah Parsons is in his face, and Caleb Williams just throws it away. So there is no gain. Caleb Williams is 0 for 5 passing with 0 yards and throws that deep out of bounds. So Micah Parsons was in his face up front. They showed the mid blitz, but both players backed off, and Parsons was playing nose. So when they put an elite pass rusher in the middle and you set 2 in the A gaps on the other side, you're going to have to pick one. And when they backed out, Parsons is so quick to get through the middle, he was able to get in there and make plays. So the Bears are punting the football. And it looks like he punts it off to the right side, and it is fair caught at the 10-yard line by Romeo Doubs. 5 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first quarter. It's been a interesting game of mistakes so far. The Packers are there's no points on the board, so that's critically the most important thing that you're looking for. And we are at commercial watching AJ Brown on treadmill. Again, I got 5 viewers at the moment, so thank you all for tuning in. I know most of my viewers are college football fans and things along that sort, but we are watching the NFL. This is the game of the week. And a quick update of scores on other games that are going on right now. The Broncos and the Raiders are tied in the second quarter at 7 apiece. And the Cardinals have a 7-3 lead right here in Phoenix. I am in the Phoenix, Arizona area. They got a lead over the Rams. Jacoby Brissett threw a touchdown pass, so you never know. Any given Sunday is applicable in the NFL at any given time. Just a moment, I have myself sit. But it has been a great day of football, great season for the NFL. Really enjoyed the controversy for the college football playoff. We're going to start seeing some NFL closing in. We're going to start seeing some closing in on certain things, mainly, playoff positioning, seeding. I don't know if we're going to see anybody really clinch the divisions soon in the next few weeks. I think Denver's got a chance to maybe pull away in the AFC West. The Steelers win today really put themselves kind of in the driver's seat to win the AFC North. A lot of people kind of counted them out. I didn't know if they'd get it done. But Lamar Jackson, man, my goodness, the man has just fallen off a cliff. He had a touchdown rush today, though, but was missing some key throws. I hear there's dissent in Baltimore, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain exactly what's going on, but it was kind of crazy. So, still a commercial. They're hyping up Michigan and Maryland hoops. I do in college basketball sports write up for American Money. So if you want to go to my winnable.com/ Justin Paul Sports, you can see that there. I'm real cautious with the copyright strike, trying to promote things that they say are not of sound legality, even though they are in my state, but I have to follow their rules. And they're showing some nostalgia clips of the old Packers and Bears, from the days when Peyton and Favre and the cold weather and Lombardi. That's what football should be about, man. It should be about kicking your opponent's ass and kicking them right in the mouth and not saying sorry for it ever. Ever. So, and it does look a little chilly in Lambeau. I see snow everywhere. Where I live, folks, there's no snow. Bears are 9-3. Packers are 8-3-1. Pardon me, Detroit Lions are 8-5. 16 degrees. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Fitzpatrick is in motion. The Bears do not respond, so they are in zone formation. Jordan Love is making his checks and his single back. Josh Jacobs takes the ball off the right side, goes inside 5 or 6 yards. So we've noticed a pattern with the Bears. They haven't made but one stop for no gain when you're running the football against them. So if I'm Green Bay, I think the best thing to do is to pound the rock until the Bears get out of this cover 2 formation and start crowding the line of scrimmage, and that's when you want to hit, if you're Green Bay, hit them with the play action. No catches for Wicks. Nothing for Golden. We've got turnovers. Love is 4, 5 for 23 with turnover. Jacobs is 6 for 21 on the ball on the rush. Got dual backfield here. Jacobs goes out in the flat, and he hits Christian Watson on a slant for a first down. Looks like gained about 20 yards there. So they caught the Bears sleeping there a little bit as they chased Watson out to the flat. He just cooked Jalen Johnson. My goodness, my friend, you just got served some scrambled eggs by Christian Watson. Just a simple slant route. And sometimes you'd be surprised how effective that is in the National Football League. So 5 of 6, 42 yards. Green Bay has 61 total yards. Chicago has 5 total yards. 1st and 10 from 35. Play action in the backfield. Love is taking his time. He's looking down the field. Oh, and he's got Luke Musgrave at the 30-yard line. Jaquan Brisker. More like Jaquan Brisket. That's back-to-back cooks. That's a big-time play. No pressure, man coverage. What a catch by Luke Musgrave. Reminder, Musgrave was drafted 2 rounds ahead. Oh, they're going quick. And the Bears are going to challenge it. So let's just see here if I could see what they're saying. Because it looked like 2 hands nice on the football, but I think the Bears had to challenge that because it went so fast. So let's just see here. No, they're going to break, so we're not going to even see it. Ben Johnson still has a shirt on, ladies and gentlemen. He hasn't taken it off yet. His pregame presser. Really enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur and the Packers. Boy, I know that shit's been playing up there in Green Bay all week. It was so funny when he did that press conference, too, because there's something about the Bears and their press conferences, man, when they just say some wacky stuff and they're never able to back it up. Like their general manager turned the page and take the North and never give it back. But you ain't won the North yet. You drafted Justin Fields, my guy. You did that. So I'm not opposed to taking shots at the Bears for doing dumb stuff like that. And then when you do disrespectful stuff, I think you got to have a leg to stand on and be disrespectful after you've proven that you've done it, as opposed to just doing it up front because you want to look cool for your fans. And that's what happens in Chicago. They want to look cool. Lovie Smith even did it. Well, the first goal is to beat the Green Bay Packers. No, the first goal of any football and franchise is to figure out your roster, figure out your team, figure out your salary cap, and figure out who's going to buy in. not doing something to appease the masses. Like, you can't do that and be effective. You can't say our first goal is to stick it to somebody. No, your first goal is to look at what you have and get rid of all your toxicity in there and get rid of all your poor players and realize what you have at quarterback in your line and make decisions for what you want to do to improve your football team. That is step one. Nothing else. It's nothing else, y'all. It's not complicated. Because once you start letting external factors decide how you're going to run your football team, you will run yourself into the ground. And the Bears did that by saying these dumb, like when he did that. As a Packers fan, I wasn't offended, but it's just like you sat there and you talked about respecting Dan Campbell, who you coached for. You respected Kevin O'Connell, but then you're like, and beating the Packers, which you did, but you weren't the head coach. So you want to throw this little season of disrespect with no backup. You look like an asshole. You better win this game. And right now, you're getting exposed. All right, they're back from break. It's incomplete. So it's a good challenge by Ben Johnson. And it'll be second down. That was really close, though. Oh, it's so close. I can't believe they overturned it. But the Bears got the call. So both teams have thrown a challenge flag. Both teams have won their challenges, so they still have two more. All teams have three timeouts. There's 4 minutes left in the first quarter here. So we're back to second and 10 here. At the 35-yard line. Green Bay's on 35-yard line. We got four wideouts here, single back formation. Waiting on the snap here. So Love, back, looks to the right, goes in the middle. Hits Josh Jacobs in the middle. Penalty marker down. Looks like a gain of about 5. Let's see what the penalty is. These flags in the NFL kill you, man. It's a face mask on offensive on Green Bay, so it sets them back 15 yards. So now, every drive for both teams, there's been negative plays due to penalties or a sack. So they're showing it here, and let's just take a look here. And he hits him right in the face, right on the initial line. That's a little bit of a question thing because he pulls his mask. Okay, so it's the right call. I'm not going to scream at refs if they make the right call. Like, can't grab. So now the Packers are all the way back at their own 20. It's second and 25. We got 5 wide, which I'm not a fan of. On second and 25, you want to get some yards back. The Bears only bring 3. They hit Jaden Reed for about 7 yards, so it's going to be third and about 17. What you want to do if they're only rushing 3, like, don't rush the play. You can let things develop. If you got 5 linemen and 3 rushing, you've got time. You've got time. Third and 19. Here we go. They're on the 26. We got 3 wides tight end. Bears are rushing 4. He's got time. Love rolls to his left. He's looking down the field, makes a throw, and it's just over the hands of Romeo Doubs. So the Packers are going to punt the football. It's 4th and long. So the Bears defense, on the first drive, they get a turnover, then they get a penalty here, and they get a stop. Neither team can get points, so this is going to be a defensive football game in the cold. These are both, pretty efficient offenses, but these penalties will just clobber you. Negative plays are just so detrimental. Wheelan back to punt. Duvernay back to receive. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Got 5 viewers. Thank you for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. Greatly appreciate you. Wheelan gets a good, halfway decent, good kickoff there. He's at the 20. Duvernay takes the ball, cuts back inside, gets to the 25 and gets brought down. So 5 yards on the return. That's a pretty solid punt. And Caleb Williams and his fingernails will come back on the field for the Chicago Bears after this break. And we're still in the first quarter. So the first quarter was trucking right along with the running plays, but penalties and challenges and all this stuff always slows down the game and these ridiculous commercials. When we're at commercial, what we do is we check on scores. So a little update here on the games that are live. Denver has taken the lead over Las Vegas. It's 14-7. The Broncos have the lead there. And in the other game, the Rams have taken the lead here in Arizona, and it is the Rams 10, Arizona 7. This has been quite the football game here. Give me just a moment, y'all. This is a long time to be on the air. Let's just take a look here. Take a look here. By the way, you NFL fans, did you see that hit on Zach Ertz? My goodness, that was just absolutely disgraceful. I think he might be out for another season next season after what was going on. It was just brutal, but it's part of the nature of playing football. You got players that are going to do stuff like that, and it's distasteful, you know. But there's also a fine line to it. Like I think quarterbacks are overprotected. If helmets accidentally collide, like that's ridiculous. You can't prevent everything. Wear the guardian caps. Quarterbacks should wear guardian caps all the time if your head's so precious. It's. I mean, Romeo Dobbs wears one all the time. I don't know if he does it for style or because he's concerned about CTE, but once a quarterback leaves the pocket, in my opinion, he's a runner. And he shouldn't be getting special treatments for sliding. This is football, man. This is not a game for the soft. You shouldn't get special privileges because you slide at the last second and a player just has zero choice. And in the NFL, these guys get fined for it. That's what's even worse. But we are back from break. It looks cold. They're showing Tom Brady's calling the game, so they're showing him with his hand warmer for some reason. So I'm sure there's more of an explanation for what's going on. Oh, he's got a leather coat. Tom is obviously the king of the NFL, so we're going to see. He's got every right to comment on what quarterbacks do and things along that sort. Played in Boston in the cold weather. He was not an indoor quarterback merchant like Jared Goff or nothing like that, who just played their entire careers indoors. And he won a Super Bowl in Tampa where the weather's warm, but again, it's all about execution. Weather was never an excuse with that guy. 16 degrees in Lambeau. Feels like 6 degrees. 1st and 10 for Chicago at the 25-yard line. Bears got 2 receivers on the right, heavy personnel on the left side, single back formation in motion. That's a down block, usually wham block, and DeAndre Swift gains about 7 yards there. That was a really good trap run. Aaron Andrews talking about Micah Parsons, but he's been getting after it. What an acquisition for the Green Bay Packers to finally take some precedent on their defense and realize what they have to do in order to make things happen in the NFL. 2nd and 3 for the Bears. Got 2.5 minutes here in the first quarter. Got heavy personnel on the left again. Now we got motion to the I formation. Got Komet on the right side. And it's just a simple off tackle right. And he gets first down, DeAndre Swift. Sometimes football doesn't have to be complicated. Exploit your matchups, get your heavy guys in there, move the football. So, first quarter's winding down. DeAndre Swift has 3 carries for 17 yards. And, folks, so I do these live streams, I'm going to figure out how to do a different background, all this stuff, I promise. I know you're just getting a look at my home here. 1st and 10 for Chicago at the 36.5-yard line. Got motion up top. Loveland moves over. Packers are showing blitz on the right side. Caleb Williams is play action. Parsons in his face, but he throws it right over his head to Smythe, who I think is tight end 3 for a gain of about 3, almost to the 40-yard line. It's a very popular football play. I saw it yesterday, and I think I saw Duke do it. A couple teams where they put all their players, all their skill players on one side and just run play action bootleg to the other side, and it's one read or you take off. It's amazing how open that is because you want to get pressure on the quarterback. All right, we got Luther Burden in the slot here. Got 2 tight ends again for the Bears. Slight motion to the left. Caleb Williams hands it off to DeAndre Swift for a gain of 1. Maybe 2, so it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Bears. Caleb Williams is 1 of 6 passing for 3 yards, so that was his first completion of the football game. Under a minute here in the first quarter in Lambeau. Looks cold, man. I used to live in the Midwest. I do not miss that cold weather worth a lick. I don't know how people do it. Don't miss it, don't care. 3rd and 7. So we've got Zacchaeus, Burden bunch formation on the right side. We've got Komet on the left. Loveland is not on the field for some reason. Looks like the Packers are showing blitz, and Quay Walker is coming, and they get to the middle of the field. Quay Williams throws up a duck. Duck snort, as old Hawk Harrison would say. That is incomplete. So the Bears will punt the football. Caleb Williams is now 1 of 7 for 3 yards passing, so he's off to a rough start. Playing the NFL is hard. The Packers have a good defense finally. So it's not like, these teams that they've had before where you were just able to move the ball at will on them under Joe Barry and just not being able to get a pass rush and have these unique situations. Bears back to punt. Romeo Dobbs back to receive. And he lets it go, and the kick goes into the end zone. So there will be 9 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Packers will get a 1st and 10. Please okay, yeah, just put it out there. Don't go to commercial until the quarter ends. They will hammer your ass to death with these commercials, ladies and gentlemen. So, Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary were in Caleb Williams' face. They're showing the replay. And, playing quarterback, man, you just get the pressure, and it will just take care of itself every single time. Up to 8 viewers, thank you so much for joining us. Go Pack Go. This is the first ever live stream of NFL football. But, I was advised by a good friend of mine who has nearly 100,000 subscribers on his channel to do stuff like this, to get some kind of interaction. I'd love to get some comments. If you follow me on YouTube at Justin Paul Sports, I would greatly appreciate that. But it's 1st and 10 here for the Packers at the 20-yard line. Single back formation, Watson in most, and the Bears are not responding, so it's zone. And Josh Jacobs takes it up for about 5, 6. They're moving the pile almost 7.5 yards there. And that's the end of the first quarter. No score. Got one interception by Jordan Love, and the Packers defense has come to play today, though, folks. It's just been one-sided as far as the Bears just not being able to move the football. It's kind of fierce. It's kind of tough stuff, but that is just kind of how it goes sometimes. So thank you so much for tuning in. 7 viewers. It's a beautiful day out here in Arizona. Y'all don't mind all this yapping. I'm going to have myself a sip. Hope y'all are doing well out there in YouTube land or X land or wherever you're watching. Thank you so much for joining us. On Justin Paul Sports, we talk about all the lines that Vegas puts out there and what side I like to take. There's a way of putting it. Every Friday, we do Cover 2 Cash with Bobby from Bobby's Big Board. We go over all your fantasy insights, your starts and sits, things along that sort. Let me take that off there. And we want you to do well at your fantasy football. I mean, fantasy football isn't my favorite thing, but I do like it because it does make me keep tabs on certain statistics with players. And I'm in a group with some decent dudes that just have a good time with it and stuff along that sort. So, folks are showing Toyotathon. We all know about Jordan Love during Toyotathon, how he's a whole different animal. So it's kind of the fun mystique that when Jordan Love plays during Toyotathon, his stats and his capabilities take off through the roof. So yeah, what a first quarter it was. See if the Packers just stick to the run because the Bears just aren't. They're going to have to eventually start creeping up. This is kind of the chess match of football is you're going to show tendencies, and then when's the time to break the tendency and catch the opposition sleeping, right? And we haven't seen it yet, and sometimes you just got to take the time and set these things up. There's no game's not on the line yet. You're getting a feel for what you're able to do. We've seen them put Jaden Reed in some situations, missed a couple throws. The Bears did get that one interception. But offensively, the Bears have just been – that was a bad first quarter, really bad for them as far as throwing the football. DeAndre Swift had a couple runs, but both teams had penalties and a turnover. And so it's more of an option of you just kind of more of an idea of you just kicking yourself in the foot. So start of the second quarter, the Bears have run 11 plays for 20 yards for 4 minutes. Packers 19 plays, 74 yards, 10 minutes. So it is a time of possession, cold weather, old school NFL game. A little snow sprinkles would be nice from the days of lore. Here we go. 2nd and 3 from the Packers at the 27-yard line. They need to get to the 30 for the first down. Got 3 wide set here. Jacobs in the backfield. Love hands it off to Jacobs off right tackle. Jacobs does get the first down and more. So the Bears are just not getting hands on the running backs at the line. they're getting to the second level every time, and that's part of the absence of linebackers. Um, Packers, they're showing the on third down, they are 49%, which is best in the NFL. 67% in the red zone, third in the NFL. So this is an efficient offense. You can't keep giving them chances or they're going to make you pay. Here we go. It's 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. The Packers have 6 first downs to the Bears 1. Play action to the right, and it's that simple bootleg out. You have to decide if you're in it, it's complete. It's from 9 yards. You want to put people in conflict when you're running offense. And the Packers did that with a play action bootleg misdirection to the other side. And the defensive end has to decide, am I going to go after Jordan Love or cover the tight end? And he was in such a precarious position to where he's just like, screw it, I'm going to make the quarterback pressure him. There was busted coverage. The Bears had busted coverage there because we're throwing to our third string tight end here in Green Bay. But what a call there. Now you want 2nd and 2. The entire playbook's open. Motion, the Bears are in cover 2. So you want to send motion back. They're not responding. Simple run. Josh Jacobs. The Bears got there in that one. No gain. Maybe a yard. Maybe. But that's the counter to the cover 2 defense. When you got 2 safeties up top, you're going to take away so much of the deep part of the field that you're saying to Green Bay, you're going to have to run it to beat us. And the Packers are saying, great, we love to run the football. So until we see some single high coverage or things along that sort, I just expect this to be a dink and dunk, run the football. Okay, they're not in cover 2. They're hovering up on the lines. 3rd and 1 here, so they're coming on this play. They got 5 down linemen, and the Packers challenge him by running it. Jacobs gets through for a first down and more. So that was just a battle of wills, but 3rd and 1, you're not going to run a cover 2 defense. That's like the worst thing you can do. They had 5 down linemen, and sometimes you just get whipped up front. Josh Jacobs had a hole right there. It's a great run blocking scheme. 97 over pursued for the Packers, and 75 just let him in. Like sometimes that's part of the trick is letting those linemen get past you, so you're able to maneuver accordingly. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Matthew Golden in motion. They are in cover 2 again. Love hands it off. Gains about, this is the Emmanuel Wilson, gains about a yard there. It's really tough to throw on cover 2 defense, so the Bears have said, we're going to make you run the ball. College hoops are hooping up Friday. Texas goes on the road to face number 5 UConn Friday on Fox. So shout out to Fox. Love is 7-10, 56 yards and an interception. But the time of possession is eventually going to wear Chicago out, man. So the Packers 5 carries, 1 pass. They're a little bit closer here. It looks like it's single high. Now they're backing off. So they're back to pass. Love's taking a look. Throws it right in the check down in the middle to Fitzpatrick. Gets about 5 or 6. So it should be 3rd and 3 here. 3rd and 2. That's the thing about cover 2 defense. The middle of the field's going to be there. So I don't know why the Bears are just insisting to run cover 2 when it's getting picked. It's 3rd and 2 to where it's getting dismantled little by little by little. You've got to eventually adjust. All right, 3rd and 2 here. Bears are up on the line, right side heavy. But the Packers are heavy on the right side. Play action to the right. Love dinks it down there. He's got for the first down. Wiley, folks, when you got your number 7 tight end catching passes against you. But the Bears all came up on the line of scrimmage, and they put all that personnel up. So the best thing to do, play action. Play action to Wilson, rolls right. They couldn't get there. 24 bit so hard that he's probably bit his lip, went through his tongue, McLeod. It's a great throw by Love, right on the money. Catch the ball, first down. Now you're on positive territory, almost in the red zone on the 23-yard line here. Heavy set, 2 wideouts for the Packers. Single back. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Send Dobbs in motion for the wham block. Jacobs cuts it up, but the Bears get there. No gain. No gain. That was good pass rush by the Bears. Well, just great run blocking defense to sniff it out. When you see wide receivers come in motion short, you know they're going to try and chip somebody interior on the line of scrimmage. They're not running a route. Bears have 20 total yards. The Packers have 124 rushing yards. Green Bay 55, Chicago 18. Passing yards, the Bears have 2. The Packers have 69. Nice. Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line. Watson in motion from right to left. The Bears do respond to it, so it is single coverage. It's man to man. Love rolls right, throws off his back foot, and throws it out of bounds. And a flag comes in late. And based on the cheering, I think it might be roughing. Or is it in the secondary? And they're fighting. Nope, they're not fighting. I apologize. They ain't fighting, y'all. 6 viewers, thank y'all so much. Let's see what the penalty is here on. Looks like a penalty on Chicago. Awkward silence when you're doing a live stream. Here we go. Oh, no penalty. So it's 3rd down. There was no reason for Jordan Love to throw off his back foot there, though. He's got time. He wasn't under pressure. I don't like when players do that. He had Musgrave in the corner for a touchdown, though, if he makes that throw. So it's 3rd and long. They're in field goal range at least. And if I'm the Packers, I'm going to look and see how they're lining up here. And if they're going cover 2, I might try and do some a corner route on the left side there. They're on the right hash, 3rd and 10. Bears are backed off, so there is slants in the middle are open. They got trips left. I think they're going to be coming on the right side, so it's going to be a blitz. They're showing blitz, and they're coming. You got to throw it off his back foot for no reason, but he does hit Christian Watson for the touchdown. Wide open one-on-one coverage. The Bears did bring the blitz, and the Packers made them pay. Christian Watson scores, does the Lambeau leap. Go, Pack, go. And that's a good way to get on the board in the first quarter. Love to see it. So the Bears, they're showing the replay here. They did come up front, but one guy sat back and didn't do anything, and Watson just beats number 31 in one-on-one coverage. You just beat, boy. I mean, by 2 steps. And the throw wasn't perfect. Throwing off your back foot's not needed. Got to stop doing that. But I can hear the Bears fans right now. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Watching Bears football anyway. But Jordan Love to Christian Watson during Toyotathon. Bears take a 7-0 lead. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. We have got 7 viewers here on Justin Paul Sports. Thank you so much for joining me. And I am very happy with that result. It was a good drive. You can tell the Bears are missing their secondary, but they've got to make adjustments. Like the Packers are making all the right calls to the Bears' defensive calls. Every time on that drive, that was a pristine, grown man drive, running the football. Nothing crazy, gaining yards due to penalty. It was just imposing their will, and then you finally decided to clog the line, and you got paid for it. So I know Bears fans are irritated right now. We need to do a shirt check on Ben Johnson. Do we think that he's got his shirt on? I don't know. I just think that it's. We're going to beat Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. Hey, come on, college, bro. Just get out of here with that. But it is commercial. I'm a little thirsty. Do a little update on some scoring here. It's almost halftime in Denver. It's 14-7, still up in that part of the game. Is live in Las Vegas, and the Rams and the Cardinals are tied at 10 apiece. I thought the Rams would absolutely put them on the executioner's block, but they're doing something down here in Arizona. You know, quick talk about the Arizona Cardinals. I think that they've got such a great core nucleus of players, and I think that I think they're going to ship Kyler Murray out of here at the end of the season. I do now. And they'll get some draft picks for him. Somebody's going to take a chance on Kyler. I can see the Vikings maybe going and getting him. I can see the Saints maybe going and getting him. You just don't know. But if I'm the Cardinals, I got to have a plan at quarterback. And respectfully, even though Jacoby Brissett's been balling, I don't think that's a long-term solution for quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. He has not been the solution anywhere he's went, right? And maybe it works, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, he's been playing well, and he does complete a lot of passes. But at that position, you've got to be able to be You've got to. I don't think you can just be average. I think you've got to be really good. And are the the Cardinals are missing a lot of key players, but I think they're building something up here. So Tom Brady's breaking it down, and everybody came except one guy. But the Packers picked up the blitz, and when you do, you're at one-on-one coverage everywhere else. Oh, Montez Sweat fell down and then tripped his own player. So that's Bears football, y'all. It's just shuffling through. Looks like he's injured though. Oh, his cleats. They're changing the cleats. 9 minutes, 19 seconds in quarter number two. Back off, kickoff. The Bears take it at the twos. Duvernay's got a hold out to about the 26. And the Packers are fired up. Coming off a touchdown. This should have been the Sunday night game, but it is again in 2 weeks. Um, but Bears fans should be excited about their football team having 9 wins. They should. I mean, they've been down for so long, for so many years, and just incompetent management and terrible quarterback. Like this team still has not had a 30 touchdown passer. It's craziness in the NFL. 40 is crazy, but 30, like you got to be able to do that. 1st and 10 from the 26, single back formation, heavy person on the left side for the Bears. Packers have some linebackers on that side. Looks like there's right for the right side, and that's where they go from a nun guy, and he gets about 5. He gets about 5, about 4. You got to run away from where all the players are. John Madden used to talk about that kind of situation. So it's showing the first 3 possessions for the Bears. 3 plays, -5 yards. 3 plays, -5. 5 plays for 15 yards, all of them resulting in punts. So when they show a graphic like that, usually that means that there's a correction on the side. 2nd and 7, we got a full house formation. They switch out of it, Loveland and Kmet to the side. So we got dual tight end, single back formation. Loveland in motion from left to right. Packers safety runs up there to line of scrimmage. And that was the right call, but Monangai went to the left. So when you come crashing down as a safety right before the snap, you're going to commit to it. And if he would have went in the right spot, I think there could have been a tackle at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and short now for the Bears. 3rd and 3. Interesting play call. Your playbook's kind of open here, but the key is obviously to get the first down, and we'll see what they do here. 8 minutes left in the ball game, or the first half. Jesus, in the ball game. Dual receivers left. He's got one-on-one on top if he wants it. It's in motion. They're responding to it. It's man coverage. Caleb rolls right. Gary's in his face. He throws the ball, and he gets it complete to Luther Burden at the 45 for a first down. So they ran the play action to the opposite side bootleg, which I've talked about a couple times already, but the Packers covered it correctly. So Caleb took a risk down the field a little bit. I got it to Burden. That was a good throw by Caleb Williams. On the money, on the run. Guy running him down. It was double coverage up front, so I thought he was going to throw it away and we were going to have a punt, but that's good quarterbacking. 1st and 10. 7.5 minutes left. 45-yard line, I formation for the Bear, offset I. They got motion back and forth. Play action, they did it again. They're in his face again, so the Packers, he throws it in the ground. So the Packers are not buying the play action pass. They're defending that. So they're going to have to get away from that. They tried to run basically the same play out of a different formation twice in a row. Kazon Nixon and Micah Parsons were in his face. So Caleb Williams is 2 of 9 for 14 yards. 2nd and 10. Ladies and gentlemen, please leave comments. Let me know how I'm doing here. We got a bunch of formation left, and then Loveland motions to the middle. It's a toss play towards kind of the center, and he gets met, but he keeps back up, and he gets met again. All that. He went in, immediately hit the defender, bounced back, rolled out, but got hit again, but he got about 2 yards on the run. So, man, good effort by Monangai there. He ran right into 56 and his legs. Man, he ran into Edgerrin Cooper. He sure did. Like, he lowered his shoulder and brought the boom. But Xavier McKinney with the tackle, and Edgerrin Cooper ended up recovering. Oh, and Nixon with a personal foul, like shoving a dude in the face. I don't know why players do that. It's nonsense. You're not helping the team by giving up 15 yards because you want to grab somebody's face. Like, how is that not preached? I can't understand it. When I was in high school and played football, they said nobody on this team is worth 15 yards. So that puts the Bears over midfield. So the Bears are at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. You got Burden in motion from right to left, single back formation. Packers are showing blitz, and they come. And Monangai gets about 2 up the middle. They're showing the replay of the hit. Monangai just absolutely ran over Cooper. There's no doubt about it. All right, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 for the Bears. Monangai's a single back. So they've got the open look. We got tight ends moving from right now. They're in I formation. They hand off to Monangai again, and he gets about 3. Might be 3rd and 5 here. 6 viewers of Justin Paul Sports. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, watching the NFC North, the Bears and the Packers for the 1 seed in the National Football League. This is a humongous game that can come down to tiebreakers at the end of the season. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. So I think that we got domino formation on the left. And they do an inside give to Monangai, and he's short. He's short, so 3 straight runs basically for the Bears after the penalty. And it's close. This is go for it formation here. You're just outside of kicking the field goal. They're bringing DeAndre Swift on the field. Burden's off the field, so they're going heavy personnel. We got 2 tight ends. Zacchaeus, I fully expect this to be a run when you're going heavy. I don't know. They might try play action again, but the last 2 times they tried that, it didn't work. Everybody's up on the line. 4th and 1 for the Bears. Caleb Williams in motion. Loveland from right to left. Yep, play action. They did it, and Caleb Williams managed to get around him. They didn't fool nobody, but they got it done. But he did not fool anybody. He's very fortunate that he got Rashawn Gary because he read the play. Like, they're not biting on it. He just could not get there. He was running like, oh, like, don't hit me. I don't blame him, though. Got it done. That's all you need to do is get it done. So, 1st down for Chicago. They're at the 34-yard line. We got 12 personnel. Toss left. Monangai. So the Bears are trying to establish a run. He going nowhere that time. But the Packers don't run a lot of cover 2. But they're going to test it. I think they're tired of giving up the football so quickly. We're under 4 minutes here in the first half. The Packers have had a few opportunities here to get off the field, but stupid penalties. Monangai, rushing yards. He's 4th in rushing yards. Oh, they're fighting on the field. DJ Moore is in there with Luther Burden and defensive lineman. What does the receivers have to do this kind of stuff? Javon Bullard's in there. We didn't know if he was going to play today. Oh, DJ Moore just punched somebody. So Luther Burden gets in Valentine's face. I think DJ Moore just got tossed. So let's see what they call. Penalties. Trash talking penalties. But somebody swung at somebody. Luther Burden swung 3 times on Valentine. So 2 penalties on Kajian Nixon on this drive. So it's on the Packers. He's given 30 yards. He needs to come off the field. Get him off the field. You're giving the Bears 30 yards of football field. LaFleur is high. I usually don't see him like that. Luther Burden talking that trash. Yeah, LaFleur is giving him 3rd degree. Like, you need to get off the field and cool off, man. Like, get your head out of your end. Now you got the Bears in the red zone. First and 10 from the 18. Two stupid DNPs on the Bears or on the Packers. Can't help it. You got to control yourself, man. 81 in motion, goes out to the flat toss right. Inverted trap, but it is busted up for a loss. They tried to do an inside trap with DJ Moore, and Carl Brooks was all over that. That play did not work. Absolutely did not work. A little trickery, a little Ben Johnson special. Just, if Caleb Williams would have kept the ball, he probably could have gained 10 yards. But he's just running the play. But the Packers were all over that. So good work on Green Bay for getting that done. 2nd and 16. Bunch formation. Zacchaeus comes in motion to the right. Single back. I think this might be a run here. Gain some yards back. Try and make it 3rd and manageable. It's creeping up, and that's what they do. Just a little draw, but Benunga gets away. Gets it inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Caleb Williams is 3 of 10 passing for 8 yards, and it's almost halftime. So there's that, I guess. It's going to be a 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in the first half. Caleb Williams has 8 yards passing. Ajon Nixon gave the Bears 30 yards, though. Luther Burton grabbed him by the throat, though. Got away with it, so you got to make him pay. I don't know what kind of music they're playing and going to half, but nonetheless, that's what's going on. So, 2-minute warnings. Let's take a look at some scores here for the remaining NFL games that are on right now. We've got the half. Denver is up 14-7, and under 2 minutes here in Phoenix, it is the Rams 17, Cardinals 10. Later on tonight, we're going to see the Kansas City Chiefs at Houston for Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow, we got the Philadelphia Eagles on the road to Los Angeles for the LA Chargers, so we'll see how that plays out. So, give me just a moment here. Just want to set this out. All right. Checking a few other things here. As you do when you do a live stream like this, my goodness. I'd love to get some people on to talk about what's going on with the game live and leave some remarks. Sure, I probably sound monotone. That's a lot of yapping. You know, that sun's way too bright still. Not a cloud in the sky where I live, ladies and gentlemen. Ajon Nixon. He does the damage there. He gets them in gives the Chicago Bears 30 yards. Whew. You got to compose yourself. You got to be able to understand what you're doing here with this game, man. Like, you got to be able to understand that football is just kind of a game that's extremely mental, and you just do not want to be able to be screwing around with this kind of stuff, you know? When you mentally get yourself out of it, I don't know, you're hurting your team. It's always about hurting your team. I don't know why you're trying to look tough for somebody like, oh, I'm going to get you, you going to get me. Like, you're hurting yourself. And the Bears are laughing at you. You're giving them, field position to try and get them squared away. They're trying to get on the board and get a touchdown with 8 yards passing in the first half. So, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. It's refreshing. So thank you for tuning in, Just Paul Sports. Currently have 7 viewers. I have been live streaming like crazy all day today. Went over the pregame. Well, earlier today we went over a live review over the college football playoff and how I was going to crash out if Alabama did not make it, but they did, rightfully so. We might talk a little bit about that college football halftime, but we're 2 minutes in. We are back from break. Both teams have all their timeouts. Let's see here. Bobby says, heck yeah, I'm out and about. Pop in. Thanks for tuning in, Bobby. 3rd and 8 for the Bears. Got 3 wideouts on the left. 4 wideouts overall. Single back formation. Packers show blitz, and they're coming. And they drew a little screen inside to offset the blitz, which isn't a bad play call, but only gains 1 yard. So the Bears are going to be at 4th down here. If I'm the Packers, I'm calling timeout. But it doesn't look like they're going to. So the Bears are likely going to kick a field goal and run 30 seconds off the clock. I would think. I don't know why the Packers aren't stopping the clock. It's a good play call. DeAndre Swift, not Monongai, but it was just a little offset halfback screen. But And that's what you want to do. That's actually not a bad play call. You want to get all that pressure and just try and leap over it right now. So Cairo Santos on the right hash, 33-yard field goal, and the kick is up, and it is good. So the Bears get on the board with 8 yards passing from Caleb Williams in the first half. I can't believe the Packers didn't call timeout and save 30 seconds. Got a minute 14 left, and thank you, NFL. We have another commercial for Exima, evidently. So, nonetheless, first half's been pretty interesting from a football educational standpoint. You really have to adjust your game plan to weather and Kejian Nixon essentially gave the Packers 3 points, or the Bears 3 points on that drive by giving them 33 yards because the offense has been dead on arrival on this Bears team today. They are missing Odunze. You can tell when a player misses somebody. He's been kind of absent for the Bears a few weeks now. I don't know if he's fighting, been fighting this injury or what the case may be, but I love what Ben Johnson, taking great joy in beating the Packers every year. So it looks like that's what he's doing. So yeah, I'm being facetious, and I don't care. I don't care. Every Bears coach has come in there and said something and done the other. So unless your name was Mark Trestman, you didn't say a whole lot. You just tried to run that CFL offense, and it's definitely an adventure. I remember the Bears had an offensive coordinator named John Shoup. That dude loved the wide receiver screen pass more than anything else. It could be any situation. I think he was under Lovie Smith or whoever, or Dick Duran. Maybe he's Dick Duran's offensive coordinator and would just run that garbage. And I know what the concept is. You're trying to get the ball in open space because that makes sense because you've got less players in front of you, and you want to put the football where people aren't. So you've got more opportunities to make explosive plays. The Packers had one explosive play for a touchdown and a couple throws. The Bears have not had a really explosive play in this first half yet. Their most explosive play are two personal fouls on Casey on Nixon. So I love Nixon. He's a great player, like no doubt. But you just got to get it right, brother. And we're gonna need you the rest of this game. Just get it together, get over it. You're not. It's 7-3. You didn't put it. It's not the fourth quarter when you did this. You just got to cool off, man. You can't let people get in your head. That's just a. That's not even a football thing. This is a life thing. Like whoever gets in your head psychologically has domain over you. Whether it's your girlfriend, a wife, a mother, a friend, your employer. If you let anybody get in your head and run you, then you need to check yourself and see what you're doing yourself nonetheless. Looks like they're about to come back from commercial. Got a minute 14 here, though. I'm probably on a delay compared to everybody else. But we'll see. We got a 1 minute 14 seconds. And the Bears are going to kick the ball off. It looks gorgeous for a winter night in Lambeau. It's like a perfect night to have like chicken noodle soup and those really hot, hearty meals that you enjoy, things along that sort. I lived in the Midwest for 30 years. I know what's going on. So it's a bad kick. He doesn't get it in the landing zone. So the Packers are going to get the ball at the 40-yard line, I believe. So a special teams mistake on the Chicago Bears there on Santa. I don't know if he slipped or that ball just hurt. He tried to line drive, but it didn't make it in the zone. So you want to give the Packers the ball at the 40-yard line with 3 timeouts in a minute 14. Let's see if we can go down there and put some points on the board. So first and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Stop throwing off your back foot if it's not necessary, Jordan Love. It's a one critique I got of his play. Got 4 wide here, single back form. Well, I don't want to say single back, but there's one back. Got Reed in motion behind line of scrimmage, and they hand it off inside to Jacobs for a gain of a couple. So the Packers are going to stay committed to the run. I think they know that Chicago is opportunistic with how they've been getting turnovers all season, and they're not going to allow it to happen. They already turned it over in the first half. They're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Second down, Jordan Love throws and gets it to Musgrave on the other side of the 50 for a first down. They're inside the 45-yard line. There's 48 seconds left. And they're trying to get in field goal range for McManus. So Luke Musgrave, who, they've been missing Tucker Kraft, obviously, who had the knee injury against Minnesota and is out for the season. But remember, Tucker Craft played so well that I don't think Luke Musgrave had a chance to get on the field. And Luke Musgrave is very similar to Tucker Craft in the receiving ability. He doesn't block as much. He's more of a receiving tight end like Kelsey, kind of. And it's not taking away from their ability at tight end. It's just kind of who they are as football players. And Musgrave has been shown, like you drafted me in the second round, couple key catches in this game. Like he's going to have to be the guy for the rest of the season. And good for him for stepping up to the challenge so far. All right, so we got a 1st and 10 here. That's a good route by him, too. Jordan Love drove with his feet. He didn't jump off his back foot. That's only certain times. So the Packers are at the 45-yard line. Bears are in a kind of a cover two shell there. They got trips left, and he throws it over the middle, and that one's incomplete. Got hit on contact intended for Musgrave. 24 hit him immediately. But that's kind of a good thing because the clock stops for a 2-yard gain. Like I'll take the time's more precious than the yardage here. So I got 6 viewers on right now. Thank you so much for joining Justin Paul Sports, your premier sports analytics, sports Vegas line radar. All right, let's go. We got trips left. It's a non-bunch formation. So I think they got an opportunity there in cover 2 again, but they got a guy. No, now they're coming up on line of scrimmage. But they drop back out. Love's got time. He's going deep. He's got one-on-one. It's a touchdown. Bo Melton. Jalen Johnson, how do you like? We can call you toast, buddy, because your ass has been burned twice today. Incredible throw by Jordan Love on the money. You love to see it. That's impressive. That was impressive. We're throwing to our number 5. He plays defense for us, y'all. That's just what happened to you, Chicago. So the Bears jump back out, but it's just he found the hole in the zone too. It's not necessarily he burnt him, but Jalen Johnson and Jaquan Brisker don't know. They have to pick somebody up, and I don't know if that's busted coverage, but with that, the Packers go up 13-3 in the first half, and the extra point is up, and it is right down Broadway. It is 14-3 Green Bay. Who is your daddy, Chicago? Who is your dad? Let me hear the Bears fans right now. Well, this is what I say to Bears fans right now. Folks, can we check on Ben Johnson? Does he have a shirt on? I think he's still got a shirt on. Caleb Williams, 8 yards passing, number 1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner, painter of nails. This is what he does. Like I said, they were able to pull it off last week against Philadelphia, but and they've, both these teams had about the same amount of rest. The Bears had an extra day, or the Packers had an extra day playing on Thanksgiving, but the Packers also played on the road 2 previous games, and the Bears played in Philly. So that's not too far of a travel. You had a week to prepare for this game, essentially. And the drive from Chicago to Green Bay is 3 hours tops. So you're not, maybe 4 hours. So you're not traveling far for this game. This isn't like you went across the United States. So got 6 viewers in here, no comments. But I appreciate y'all watching on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We're about to roll into the half. And it looks like the third quarter has broke out in Las Vegas. Denver's still up 14-7. And the Rams scored again. So it's 24-10 LA here in Phoenix. Looks like a touchdown pass to Puka Nacua. Y'all, the Rams are a wagon. They are a wagon. We thought the Colts were going to be that, but with the injury to Daniel Jones and his season likely over, I think that's Jacksonville's to take. The AFC South, but here in the NFC, or with the Rams, my goodness, they might be the 1 seed. What's crazy is the Bears have all the tiebreakers over the Rams, all of them. It's craziness. The Rams are coming down here though, and putting belt to butt. So good stuff, good stuff. Man, what a touchdown throw that was for Jordan Love. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right. Just take a few things here. Pardon me, folks. This is a long time to do a live stream on demand, but I do have y'all hanging out with me and just checking a few more things. Either way, So Tom Brady is chastising Jalen Johnson for not making the plays there. Man, what a touchdown. So they've ran the ball, and then the Bears have to defend the run. A 2-minute drill, though, you wouldn't necessarily think it in that situation, but that kickoff definitely helped. And the Packers kick the ball off to the Bears, gets it at the 4-yard line. This is Devin Duvernay, makes a cut and gets absolutely hit by Christian Balch at the 25-yard line. They're saying there's a fumble. Is there a fumble? They're looking. Bears recover. Christian Waltz absolutely hammered him. My goodness. He was down, but the ball did come out the last second, so I can see why they were fighting for it. All right, 3 timeouts, 33 seconds for Chicago. 1st and 10 from 25. I got 8 viewers right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. About to close in on halftime here for the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears in the game of the week. Yes, they just showed Ben Johnson. His shirt is still on. We are safe. All right, so the Bears are making like they're going to try and go field goal range here. You got 2 to the right. Caleb Williams back to pass. He throws, and it's complete to Colston Loveland, who gets out of bounds. So 4 for 12 passing for Caleb Williams now in the day. I'm sorry, he had 11 yards prior to that throw, not 8. I know I was saying 8, but 22 yards passing, 5 of 12 for 22 yards in the first half. And gets out of bounds, so it stops the clock. So the Bears are going to try and get a field goal on this drive. They've still got all 3 of their timeouts. So at the 36-yard line here, 37-yard line. We got motion, so the Packers aren't moving, so it's a zone formation. Parsons in his face, and Caleb Williams gets sacked by Kingsley Ngbare. Pardon me if I butchered his name. Big time pass rush there. Parsons just absolutely just comes in and just absolutely gets all the pressure, but they're so worried about him. I will always be grateful for Jerry Jones for trading him. Like, he's just such a menace up front that you have to account for him, and everybody else benefits from him. He's absolutely worth every dime. That's the kind of stuff as a football coach you look to see who's making the quarterback uncomfortable, who is disrupting. Kirby Smart yesterday at Georgia says we don't care about quarterback sacks, we care about pressure because we want to make the play change. We want to make sure that we're able to do all kinds of stuff like that. So, well, 2nd and 19 for let me see here. Let me just see here. All right, 2nd and 19 for the Bears at the 28-yard line. Got 21 seconds. Caleb Williams drops back to pass. He's got time. He throws incomplete. Luther Burden was wide open, but Caleb Williams just might have broken a nail there if he had just, maybe hurt his hand. I don't know. Well, he had a little bit of pressure, but should have made that throw. That dude was wide open. So might be a little bit of mental anguish going on there with Caleb. You get sacked like that, like Ngbare hit him pretty well. Now it's 3rd and long, so you know that Parsons, here's where you look for Parsons here. The Packers are dropping back. You don't want to give them too much. 17 seconds on the clock. The Packers are going to be rushing 4. And they do a stunt. And he just throws out to the flat. Gets it inside DeAndre Swift. 10 seconds. And let's see what to do. It's 4th down here. So let's see who takes the timeout. Green Bay takes the timeout here, so they're going to make Chicago punt the football. But the Bears are who we thought they were right now in the first half anyway, in this game. I mean, I can't fully say it. Like I said, they've won 9 games. That's extremely hard to do in the NFL. But this just ain't it. Micah Parsons was talking about how he hates the Bears, and that's kind of, I see Jaquan Brisker throwing his helmet. I throw my helmet too for my number 6 receiver. Lit your ass up on a go route. All right, Bears are back to punt. Looks like Packers are going to try and block it. They're heavy up front. They're coming. Oh, they almost got there. And the kick is going to go out of bounds. No, it's at the 6 yard line. So that ends the half. So we are at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Is 14-3. And just do a few stats here. Let me just save something here. Just want to take a few things. Just going to kind of do a little bit of stuff here. And Green Bay will get the ball to start second half. All right. So we are halfway through this game. The Bears are just getting belt to butt right now. There's really no other way to describe it. Just going to check in on some other scores here. It is halftime in Arizona. Rams are up 24-10. Broncos are up 14-7. I got 5 viewers right now. Just want to thank you guys for tuning into the channel, whether you're following me on X or you're watching on YouTube. I'm very grateful. What a first half. They're showing the Toyotathon commercial. Jordan Love and Toyotathon, that's something else incredible stuff. So leave comments, y'all. Leave comments if you're watching on YouTube. We'll talk, whatever you want to do. Nothing crazy going on. Just want to, let me take a look at something here. Give me just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I might see if I can invite a guest on. Hold on here. So I know all this talking into the microphone by myself is radio stuff, but without any graphics, people don't really watch a whole lot of what you're doing. So give me just a moment here. What a day of football. What a day. It's a good day. Alabama did not win yesterday, which broke my heart a little bit, but they are still in the playoff. And that's what I care about. Let me see here. In just a moment. I gotta move some stuff. Let me give you all some music while I'm doing something, so hang tight here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are of the Bears and the Packers. Thank you so much for joining us. I have 4 viewers right now. Just making sure the microphone is on. What a first half it was. If you're a Green Bay Packer fan, it was amazing stuff. Had to take a quick break, get myself some refreshment going on here. Real quick, there's some interesting stuff about college football. A lot of teams opting out of bowl games, which is crazy, unprecedented stuff. But nonetheless, the Bears kicking the ball off to start the second half. They kick it inside the 10. Looks like Dobbs is back there to receive the ball, gets out to the 20 to the 30. out to about the 35-yard line. So the Packers will start 1st and 10 from the 35. No major injuries in this first half. It looks like Kajian Nixon was the catalyst to get the Bears inside the field goal, inside field goal range, kicked their only points of the game. But Jordan Love has cooked the Bears secondary on deep throws to Bo Melton and to Christian Watson in the first half. Fit check there for Ben Johnson. Shirt still on, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Bo Melton is back in the game in motion from right to left. Packers got domino formation on the right. Melton comes back from left to right. Jordan Love with the play action pass. Gets back in the pocket. He's running around. Rolls right a little bit and looks like he's just throwing it away. Jaden Reed in the area, so it's no grounding. But Aaron Andrews on the call. So we just want to see. I don't know why the Packers are getting away from the run game. That's what worked the entire first half. When they're coming out in cover two, use Josh Jacobs, force it down their throats. Make their ass quit, as Nick Saban would say. Make them tired. You don't have to get too cute. Musgrave not on the field. Looks like Fitzpatrick's in there at tight end for the Packers on 2nd down here. 2nd and 10 from 35. Christian Watson in motion from left to right. It is man coverage. Josh Jacobs and the Bears get the tackle for the loss. It's a 1-yard loss in the play. So now we're in a 3rd and long situation trying to do these incredible plays. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. All right, apologize for that. 3rd and 11. Got 3 wideouts formation here. Love is 12 of 18 for 163 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. The Bears come. Love is throwing it deep down the left side and is underthrown. And there is a flag down. Looks like Major Wright was caught up with Bo Melton. Is that Major Wright? Man, let's see what the call is here. That might be on Bo Melton. Looks like he pulled his arm, hooked his arm. That is the right call. So the Packers start off first half with a 3-and-out and a penalty. So that's not how you want to come out the gate. They got away from the run. You got to stick to the run. When it's working for you, make them tired. Now you're going to give the Bears a little bit of a life here. I mean, it's a 3-and-out, so we're going to see what they're able to do going from there. So good job on the Bears getting off the field on the first drive in the opening half, especially when you gave up the touchdown. All the momentum was going Green Bay's way. So here's Daniel Whelan to punt for the Green Bay Packers. On the left hash. Whelan does get it off. And it will be kicked out of bounds. Looks like around the 14-yard line. Penalty marker is down. Out at the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 and a half. Travis Homer is hobbling off the field. Homer, sorry. See what the penalty is. Holding on the Packers. So they're going to re-kick the ball. Let me just take a look here. How I can. So the Packers come out of the gate, out of the half, with 2 penalties on the opening drive when you got all the momentum. Now you're going to kick it again, but 1 of 2 things can happen. You can have an explosive play for the Bears. You can fumble the kick. You can lose field position. All kinds of risks that go into the operations of special teams. So, nonetheless, let's see. Whelan is back to punt again from the 26-yard line. And another monster kick. And this gains him about 10 yards. The ball looks like going out of bounds about the 35-yard line, so it was the right call for Chicago to ask for the re-kick. I can't see where the referee stopped walking. They went to commercial. So penalty, yardage. We want to give the Bears all this advantage, I guess. so hard to play mistake-free football, but on special teams, it's everything. I would almost argue it's the second most important phase of football because you're dealing with putting the ball in the air, getting points on the board, and the field position is just everything in the National Football League. You want to get your opponents inside the 20 every single possession. Now you've given them 10 yards. I mean, you've shown through so far most of this game that you're able to not be terribly concerned at the moment with Caleb Williams' passing attack. He's done a whole lot of nothing. But we're going to see now the Bears got a little bit of a spark holding the Packers to a 3-0 on their first drive and a penalty. So thank you so much for tuning in Justice Paul Sports on an impromptu watch along of the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears, live from Lambeau Field in beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin. I've got 7 viewers at the moment. Just want to thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me. I'd love to get some comments. I tried to get a guest on at the last second, but his exact words were, "I am too depressed about my fantasy team. I'm going to indulge myself in just watching the games." Be better at fantasy, my friend, my brother in Christ. You got to do a little better. So I'm just kidding. He's been a guest on the show before, so he knows who he is. But great game so far. If you're a Packers fan, if you're a Bears fan, I know you're going through it, but you should be used to it by now, going through it with this game in particular. So thank you for having a little bit of patience for me with going through kind of trying to produce my own show as I go along. But let me just take a look at some stuff here. There's a little bit of I just would love for y'all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Justin Paul Sports. This is an organic channel. You also want to talk football, talk college basketball when that time comes. I really love college football. Looks like from what I've been reading here during the commercial, we're at commercial, by the way, that a lot of teams are opting out of bowl games. Iowa State opted out. Notre Dame was the big one that opted out. Baylor opted out. Oh, they're showing. Uh, they're showing Ben Johnson. I enjoy being Matt LaFleur twice a year. It's not working so well right now, pal. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears. 13:56 in third quarter. I'm going to try and move my microphone up here. I heard it's a little bit faint. So 1st and 10 from about the 36-yard line of the Chicago Bears. Coastal 11 in motion, the Bears. Caleb Williams does a play-action pass and gets it out to the right side to Zacchaeus for a gain of about 6. So that's a little efficient route. Bears had 71 total yards in the first half, fewest in a first half by Ben Johnson offense. Well then, I thought it was going to be easy for Ben Johnson. He enjoys being at LaFleur. 2nd and 4 for the Bears. 2 wideouts on the left side. Caleb was they got an I formation, so it's a strong set I. Well, they go in motion to the outside. Caleb Williams does a play action, and they do bite. He is going to run and get the first down. He absolutely made Evan Williams bite on the play action there. But when safeties come down, that's really not primarily to try and pick. You want to just try and get an attacked quarterback and have him make a decision. He did. He got around. That's just athleticism. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. There's a good bootleg call there by the Bears. You want to go on the opposite side with the play action. Those bootlegs really can give you a lot of time, but you've got to be able to move. Caleb Williams has 2 carries for 11 yards in this game. I'm kind of surprised the Bears got away from running the ball a little bit because they were having some success. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Offset I. Play action again. So the Bears are looking to throw it downfield. Caleb Williams is getting chased down, just lobs it up. DeAndre Swift should have caught that little lob pass. I think sometimes it gets a little too easy and you're so worried about a defender coming and whacking you or coming and swiping those little weak passes. Caleb Williams 7-16 for 38 yards passing. That was just a little bloop, but he's got to catch that. You were able to see what I'm able to see. You just got to come in with the football. 2nd and 10 for the Bears. Same position of the field, their own 48-yard line. Got 3 receivers out. Just the inside zone to the Monungai. Gains maybe 2. He pushes himself forward for about 5 there. He got low. When you're a low running back, you got more leverage. When you get, they say the low man wins. So that was just a fantastic run there by Kyle Monungai. Let me turn that off. I didn't realize I still had that on. I know that thing can be irritating. So thanks again for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports with this Green Bay Packers Chicago Bears watch along on the NFC North. And here we go. It is 3rd and 5 for the Bears. We got I see Burden and DJ Moore out there on the left side. Luther Burden in motion to the right side with Colston Loveland up there. And Zacchaeus Packers show blitz. They back off. Caleb Williams in the pocket. He hits Colston Loveland on the inside slant for the first down. Past midfield, the Bears should have the ball 1st and 10 from the Packers' 39-yard line. Good play call there by the Bears. Nothing fancy. Put Burden moved in motion. Burden was open, but it just is a little stick route there by Colston Loveland. Just a little stick route. You don't have to overcomplicate this game. You just got to get it to the open guy. You don't have to do crazy schemes and all that stuff. But it is 1st and 10 for Chicago. Caleb Williams, 8-17 for 48 yards passing. Bears have the ball 37-yard line. Play action again. Nobody's buying it, though. And Caleb Williams he's got pressure, but he gets away from it, goes to the right, throws it. And he makes an amazing throw to Cole Kmet inside the 12-yard line. That was an incredible throw on the run under pressure. Throws it right on the money over his head. That's a good throw. That's an NFL elite throw right there. He was just kind of whirls it up. That's a perfect spiral, perfect throw, folks. I love making fun of this guy, but that throw was just absolutely beautiful. He had pressure. It was coming onto him. He escapes the sack a little bit, rolls right, and Kmet decides to just take off, and that's what paid off. So it's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line for the Bears. They're threatening here. Single back formation. He's audibling out of the play. The Packers are just showing a base defense here, nothing wild. Caleb Williams hands it off. Looks like DeAndre Swift gets it inside the 10-yard line. So the Bears have been able to get down the field in this drive. They stopped the Packers on the opening possession in the first drive of the game. We're at the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. And it was, it's just a matter of time to hold what Ben Johnson offense for so long down. They're eventually going to make plays, and you're just going to have to do something to stop it, force a turnover, or just get them to stop here. But right now the Bears have the momentum. It's 2nd and 6 for the Chicago Bears. Domino formation on the left. Cole Kmet is trying to get the play call. It's an interesting thing he's doing there. He's on the right side, single back formation. And the Bears just hand it off inside to DeAndre Swift, who gets inside the 5. And the line just kind of should be a 3rd and maybe 2 here. 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1. It's just that inside, everybody huddle up. But the line wasn't moving. Usually those things can push one way or the other. So 3rd and 1. So the Bears are in threatening. They're going to go for it if they get 4th down here. There's no doubt in my mind. DeAndre Swift is single back formation here. They're going heavy on the left side. There's one-on-one up top. This might be a play action rollout. 2 receivers to the left side. And he blocks down, so it's a run. And they hand it off. He got the 1st down, so it's 1st and goal at the 1. So we saw Zacchaeus come off wide right, and you can see when a wide receiver gets ready. The Bears are in hurry up. Same formation here for the Bears. Caleb Williams puts in motion. Same play. It's the same play, but it's play action bootleg. He's going to run it in. Caleb Williams, he goes, throws it. It's touchdown. Touchdown Zacchaeus. So they ran the same play, but instead he kept it. I thought Caleb Williams was going to run it in there, but there was a route, and Zacchaeus caught the ball. It was an impressive throw. It's a sidearm throw, showing the replay. Inside, that is probably the best catch I've seen today. Man, he throws it, just gets past Nixon, and he catches it on the inside arm instead of the outside arm. That's a hell of a catch. That's why you're in the league, buddy. So Chicago stops the Packers on their opening drive, goes down the field, scores touchdown. They're going for 2. Man, that was a hell of a catch. I'm thoroughly impressed. The Bears are 0 for 3 on 2-point plays this season. They got trips bunch right. Nope. Now they change Loveland's in motion. That goes to the middle, comes back inside, and they hand it off inside to Manungai, and Manungai gets shoved in. So 2 points are good. So it's a 3-point ball game. So the Bears came right out of the locker room full of fire. It's a new effing ball game here in Lambeau. Man, that throw, I got to give it to him. That was just wild. That was wild. Playing a little local H, for those that don't know, that is a Chicago local band. So impressive response there from the Bears coming out of the commercial to stop Green Bay and go and put points on the board. But now we're going to see how the Packers respond. Now we're going to see what they do. They kind of got away from their game plan a little bit, and I think that happens when you get a little bit of a lead. But stick to the girl that you brought the dance with, I guess, or whatever the hell they say. Just go out there and make the read the defense and just make them work it. So impressive play by Chicago there. There's no doubt. That catch was wild. Let's see here. All right. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon in Arizona. Let's just check some scores while we are at commercial. Do a little refresh here on the app here. Denver is up 21-7 now in Las Vegas in the fourth quarter. Arizona is just getting belted. It's 31-10 the Rams. That's not surprising to anyone. The Rams are absolute front runners to win the NFC. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, but nonetheless, that's just great football by the Rams. But a great response for the Chicago Bears there to go downfield and just absolutely run their offense. And there was nothing crazy about it. I mean, the catch was just an elite highlight play, but it's not like it's super shocking. You've got to just make plays, make a play defense. So we'll see what Williams' stats are when we come back from the commercial break here. But this is the kind of stuff you want to do for the NFC North. This is where you're trying to get playoff football and try and make things happen. What an incredible, incredible, incredible response. I just want to beat Matt LaFleur twice a year. See if there's a shirt on him when he come out of the break. Showing a commercial for Dancing with the Stars. Do people still watch this stuff? Or whatever the hell this is? That dancing in a costume? I have no idea. I have no idea what they watch. Masked Singer. I have no clue. No clue. The only masked singers I know are Slipknot. So, do we have a problem? Just. So the Bears went 10 plays, 64 yards, 5.5 minutes. Zacchaeus got touchdown with Caleb Williams with 4 or 5 on that drive, so it was a good response for the Bears. So they're going to kick the ball off here, but the masked singer, Corey Taylor is the only masked singer I really know. Kickoff goes inside the 10-yard line. Looks like it's fielded by, I can't see that. Oh, Bo Melton gets out to the 35. So it is interesting, though, about these kickoff returns. Like, people were complaining that everything was just going in the end zone. And now everything kind of comes out to the 35-yard line, which I think takes everything out of the hands of the defense a little bit. I just think they need to move the kickoff line to the 25. You know, that should kick it deep enough, because giving these people to avoid, runners coming down the field to avoid the gunning and all that stuff just is a little bit different. But all right, 1st and 10 for the Packers. Showing a replay of the 2-point conversion. So it's 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And we've got two wideouts set, dual tight ends here. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. The Bears are in cover too. And they hand it on a jet sweep to Jaden Reed, who gets on the outside, gets the first down, gets to the 50-yard line, and lowers the boom. It was Kevin Byard. But that was a good jet sweep run in the cover 2 formation there. Again, when the team lines up in cover 2, you just got to stick to the run, as boring as it sounds. The defense is tipping their hat that they just don't want to let you beat them deep, even though they've been cooked twice deep for big plays in this game. So at both times it's meant for scores. So 1st and 10 for the Packers on the other side of the 50-yard line. Fitzpatrick in motion from right to left. They got 2 wide out look here, 2 tight. Single back formation for Josh Jacobs back there. And they do give it to Jacobs, and he runs up the field for about 3 yards. So when you're running that 12 personnel out there, it's almost always a run. Peyton Manning liked to run that with Dallas Turner and the other tight end. His name escapes me at the moment, but if you got a good quarterback, he could run 2 tight ends and really put defenses as a massive disadvantage Dallas Clark was amazing with Peyton Manning, and when he left, he was nothing. And that's not an indictment. I'm just saying sometimes it's a scheme. 2nd and 9 for the Packers. I formation in motion. They've faked the jet sweep, and this time it's Jacobs inside, and he gains about 7 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and about 3 for the Packers at the 40-yard line. So Tom Brady says, keep running the ball till the safeties come down. It's almost like I've been watching football and understanding how cover two defense works. When they're in cover two, run it. Make them decide. 3rd and 3 for the Packers. We're at 6.5 minutes here in the ball game. We got trips right. So this might be an opportunity for a rollout to the left on play action. We're going to see the Bears are up front. There looks like they're coming. And they do. And Love makes them go. And Watson's hit on a slant. And he's inside of 30 at the 20. And there's another touchdown for the Green Bay Packers, folks. The Packers have made the Bears pay for bringing people on the line of scrimmage. So they sat in the cover two, sat in the cover two, sat in the cover two. Then they brought everybody up, and Christian Watson gets a second touchdown of the day on a simple slant route. Cooking them. Christian Watson. What a story for him. I mean, they got a single high safety look here, and Jaden Reed was the inside slot, goes outside. Isn't a chip. It just sets a one-on-one on the right side, and he is taken to the house. CJ Gardner-Johnson, have yourself some toast, buddy. Have yourself some butter with that toast because you just got cooked, son. You can't keep up with that guy. Christian Watson's too fast. Extra point attempt is up, and McManus puts it through. So it's back to a two-possession game. The Packers are up 21-11. And that was just – it's just like it's like these guys know what they're doing in the NFL, man. It's just a whole different level. So amazing stuff there by the Green Bay Packers. So just kind of what we do here. Exciting game though. I mean, it's not it's got your nice elements of a complete football game with running the football, play action, great plays, but it's still great defense. Hasn't been too crazy on the penalties. I mean, the Packers had that one drive where they had two 15-yarders, but nothing ridiculous. It's been an enjoyable football game. It's been two good football teams. Like, I know I'm beating up the Bears a little bit, but they're good this year. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say they ain't. And I'm sure that, these two teams play again in 2 weeks on Sunday night. So whatever happens today, I'm sure that we will see bits of fire for whomever does not win this game in the rematch in Chicago on Sunday Night Football. I have 10 live viewers right now. Just want to thank you guys for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. I'm absolutely enjoying the Bears and the Packers for the NFC North. We've seen some lots of cover two for Chicago. Caleb Williams threw that. I can't believe his key has caught that. If you got a chance to look up that highlight, make sure you take a look at it. Real quick scoring updates for the other two games going on. Looks like it's winding down in Las Vegas. It's still 21-7 Broncos with about 6 minutes left to go there. And 4 minutes left here in Phoenix. It is 31-10. The Rams are just going to clobber the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals fans have long been frustrated like Bears fans. I think the Cardinals got to give it another year with this GM and this coaching staff, though. It was a really, really, really monstrous teardown for the Arizona Cardinals. And I think they're going to reap the benefits, the fruits of that. So, but just a moment here. Let's see if this second here. Everything looks good. We are live. If you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to leave comments in. What did I do here? We're good. We're good. We are good. All right. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you having a little bit of fun here on Justin Paul Sports. But yeah, they're showing the replay, and it was just simple man-to-man coverage with a single high safety, and everybody blitzed, except for some reason, it looked like on the right side, I think he was waiting to see if it was a play action, and because he hesitated, that's why Watson was able to get behind the defense. And the Packers kick the ball to the Chicago Bears. And he kicks it out of bounds. So, again, your special teams are super important. If your special teams ain't right, you're giving away field position. So, I think they'll spot that at the 40. So the Bears get the ball 1st and 10 with good field position. Feel a little bit good about themselves for the on that last possession. Man, Watson just cooked that dude. They're showing the replay. Like there's just you just can't. You just don't have enough speed. He's a little bit of an older player too, though. So 6 minutes, 10 seconds. Watson's got 4 grabs, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bears have the ball at the 40-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Cole Kmet lined out wide left in a 4-wide set there, and of course he calls them in. Now the Bears go into an I formation. I don't know what that is. I guess that's supposed to give you a look. And the Bears play action, and it's covered, but he does get it downfield. He does get it to Kmet on the play action. So this seems to be kind of a semi-monotonous offense that does like to do a lot of play action tight end to the other side. But if the teams, bite on it, I mean, Caleb does have a good play action form there, but that's a good throw. Right on the money. It's a good throw. Those kind of throws like that shows why you can be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL. But the Bears are on the other side of the 50 now, so at the 44, snaps it real quick. Play action again. He looks left. He hits Monungai on the left on the flat, but that's a 1-yard loss. So Bullard was there on it. It looked like it was a design play action opposite screen type of event there. But that was a completed pass. It just was for 1. Real quick, Caleb Williams is 12 of 21 for 91 yards and 1 touchdown. Coming down to 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter in Lambeau. But that was Bullard got lower than Monungai. So we got a 2nd and 10. There was no gain. Looked like a loss. Full house formation for the Bears. It's rather interesting, which means 2 fullbacks and then 1 halfback. And they do play action. The Packers did bite on it, and he throws wide open to Luther Burden. So they ran a 3 running back set, like a wishbone formation, and they were still able to get the ball downfield. I think that was a little bit of a zone. That's a zone beating play. So good read by Caleb Williams. He didn't panic. He had plenty of time and got the ball in the holes in the zone. And sometimes there's nothing you can do as a defense. You got to get pressure. Second half, Caleb Williams is 7 of 8 for 77, a touchdown. They're at the 32-yard line. Or I'm sorry, 26-yard line. Packers are playing way off the line of scrimmage here on this. And they do a reverse, but nobody's full. Luther Burden gets a couple yards, but tries to cut inside, but there was nobody there. Micah Parsons was there. Not the worst play call, on 1st down. You just kind of get something felt out, just as long as it's not crazy. It's like everybody went right and Luther Burden went left, but Edgerrin Cooper stayed home. So disciplined defense on misdirection will win you football games in any league, whether it's NFL, college, high school, whatever you want to do. 2nd and 8 here from the 23.5-yard line. Caleb Williams with a quick screen, but the Bears the Packers are all over it. DJ Moore got crushed, and it was an incomplete pass. The Packers had that sniffed out. I think if he was looking for the ball, he could have took that to the house. Man, anytime you run an outside bunch formation, you're looking to block, and Zacchaeus just cannot get there. Man, good play on defense. So now we got a 3rd and long situation here. Single back, 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Burden motions out to the far right. The Packers look like they're sending the house. Let's see if they do. They got 7 guys on the line of scrimmage here, and they drop out. But they're getting in the backfield. Rashawn Gary's chasing down Caleb Williams to the right side, and Caleb just throws it away. So the Packers get a stop there, put the Packers in a field goal situation on 4th and 8. I think it's a bit too far to go for. You just take the points on the road. Unless you're Dan Campbell, then you just do whatever the hell you want to do because you've kind of ruined football. But Packers got pressure on that, and they've stayed disciplined, and it's good defense there. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. There's nothing open. I'm not going to fault Caleb Williams for that. Sometimes it's the right play. Don't take a loss. And consider the drive. You gave an opportunity here. This is a 41-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. And the kick is up. And it is inside the left upright. It is good. And so the Packers give up 3 points on that drive. It is a 21-14, one touchdown Green Bay Packers lead with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Good football there by the Bears. I mean, they didn't finish off the drive how they wanted to, but that was a really, they've come out with two drives. They've put points on the board on both drives. The first one was a touchdown. The second one's a field goal. They did give up the touchdown pass to Christian Watson on a double slant from the right side. But, you got to play defense in this league too, and any points are good points. Good for Ben Johnson for not getting crazy there and going for it on 4th and 8 in a situation to make it a one-possession game. That is coaching 101, and that seems to be forgotten in layers of football that are just ridiculous. Like, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. So, taking a look here, 8 viewers right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just do a quick scoreboard update. 24-7, the Denver Broncos lead with under 4 minutes left to go in Las Vegas, and it is still 31-10 in Arizona as the Rams are handling their business, trying to get back in the 1-seed position in the NFC West. Matthew Stafford should be the MVP of the NFL right now. If I was to call it, that's who I would see. He's got only quarterback over 30 touchdowns, I believe, and his interceptions are way down. Saw a good quarterback duel earlier today between the Bengals and the Bills. We saw Joe Burrow go at it with Josh Allen in the snow, and Burrow threw 2 picks late in the fourth quarter and probably cost the Bengals their season. Buffalo is a tough place to play, but the New Orleans Saints go and win the game in Tampa. I think the NFC South is still kind of it might be there for the Panthers taking. Bryce Young's been improving every single season. They like to tease him about his size. But when you go to Alabama, folks, you're just built different. When you go there, you are just built different. You are built different at every position, even with Kalen DeBoer there now. But I don't know, whoever's watching right now probably isn't too much into college football. So thank you guys for watching. Just want to say I thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun, man. It's like I'm calling a radio game because I know we can't show the game for rights and all that stuff. I got a copyright strike earlier on my college football reaction show, but so they're just showing, highlights of the old Packers and Bears. What a rivalry this is. This is like the epitome of professional football rivalry. The Bears and the Lions are the Packer. It's the Bears and the Lions, I think, that have the second oldest rivalry, but these teams have been around since the Woodrow Wilson administration. Anyway, Bears kick it off, and it is fielded at the 2, and it looks like it is. I can't see who that is. I can't see it. Sorry. Screen, so I'm used to watching on a big screen. And I'm a little bit older, so I need to see what I'm doing here. But they're showing Jordan Love against the blitz, 7-9, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, perfect quarterback rating. So if you're gonna blitz him, he's gonna cook you. So I don't know if Chicago is gonna try to bring the blitz anymore and just keep giving up these runs. Let's see what formation they come out on 1st and 10 here, and I'm betting it's cover 2. Willing to bet anything. So let's take a look here, and I am correct. It's kind of a cover 2 there. It's like a cover 3, and they just throw it to the flat to Josh Jacobs for maybe a loss of a half yard. That's a good linebacking tackle by number 53, TJ Edwards there for the Bears. So Packers are trying to the Bears are trying to stay in cover 2 and then send like a spy or kind of trying to take apart that quarter of the field in like a Palms secondary coverage there. So it's kind of a spread out, like almost like a 3-3-5. But they got 4 on line of scrimmage here. Now they're coming up to the line, but not too far. So it's kind of just like your base defense there. Nothing exciting. Love is going deep down the right side to Dobbs, and it is incomplete. It's good coverage there by the Bears. So now it's 3rd and long for the Packers. Took a shot. It was one-on-one. I mean, that's kind of what you look for in this league, but he was just covered. A little bit of hands, but his head's back. I know Packers fans are hearing it, but his head's back. He's playing the ball. Got to call balls and strikes, ladies and gentlemen. Can't just be whining for calls all the time. It's good coverage. Now it's 3rd and long for the Bears, so they got it, or for the Packers. So they're at the 27-yard line. We get 2 plays with no yards. The Bears are coming up on the line. Only send 4, so he's going to have time. Throws it in the flat. To the running back, shakes a few tackles. It won't be enough for a first down. The Packers are going to have to punt the football there at the 33-yard line. So good stop by the Bears defensively to get the Packers off the field after coming down and kicking the field goal in a 1-possession football game. So fantastic stuff there on the Bears defense, making plays to, I think if you're going to go one-on-one, though, I think there are guys that are a little bit faster than Dobbs. Like, I think that they should get Matthew Golden out there to run some of those deep routes. All right, so Whelan is in to punt for the Packers. And the Pack is inside the 20-yard line. And it looks like it's down at about the 17.5-yard line. For the Bears, who will get the ball coming out of the commercial break. Caleb Williams will take it on the field. That's right. I got dogs, ladies and gentlemen. They want them to be let in. So they're out here sniffing around. I'm probably wondering why I'm not out there watching football like I always do on football Sundays. Instead, I'm hanging with you guys. So. Give me just a moment. Real quick score update. No changes. Third quarter is about to end in Phoenix. So 31-10. We're inside of 30 minutes up there in Las Vegas. So the Broncos look like they're going to win that football game, ladies and gentlemen. So this appears to be the closest game of the afternoon. I'm sure all eyes will end up on it as those games are winding down. I mean, still a whole fourth quarter to play in Arizona, but this is a live game. So this is fourth quarter stuff, and see who gets tight butthole, as they like to say, and who likes to get a little uptight and see what kind of errors you make and how you're going to handle the stress of decision making. Hold on one second here. All right. Sun is set in Wisconsin. I know I said Wisconsin. We got the heaters out. The jackets are on. Tom Brady looks like he's about frozen. God, I bet their clothes are like worth hundreds of dollars easily. Burkhardt and Brady, the A team for Fox. So I got 10 viewers right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're about to hit the fourth quarter in Lambeau as I am live reacting to the Chicago Bears Green Bay Packers battle for the NFC North and playoff positioning as we starting to really wind down the NFL season. I mean, this is the last month of the regular season. I think in January is the final week. Second half Bears have looked a lot better than the first half Bears, that's for sure. It's hard to keep this offense down for so long, but minute and a half left in the third quarter here in Lambeau. First and 10 for the Bears at the Chicago Bears' own 17-yard line. Single back formation here. 81's in motion. Handed off to DeAndre Swift. And he gets about 7 yards there on first down, just on a simple inside zone run. Caleb Williams 13-24 for 109 yards and a touchdown. So simple running game can do you wonders when you're doing football, man, when you're trying to win a football game. You're protecting the football. You're not doing nothing crazy. Turnover. Neither one of these teams has done anything really outlandish. Love made a bad throw in the first drive of the game for a turnover, and that's been the only turnover of the football game. So here we go, 2nd and 4 for the Bears. They got a bunch formation on the right, and they hand it off inside to, I think that's Monangai, and it's a 3rd and 2 situation now. He gains a couple yards on the right side. No, it's Swift. I'm sorry, Swift. I'm watching on such a small monitor now that's hard for me to identify all the numbers and get everything right. We got a comment here. What's going on? Let's see here. My boy Eric, how do you feel about your 93 Bama team? All right, so I think it's the right call. Join a conference, Notre Dame. Can't lose a positioning because of extra credit. They set the precedent with SMU. 3rd and 1 here for the Bears. Looks like more like a long 1.5. We got 13 personnel. Caleb Williams hands it off to Monunga. He gets the first down and more. Gains about 10 yards on that run off tackle to the right side. Yeah, Notre Dame doesn't deserve to get in. Miami got in on the head-to-head. That's what did Notre Dame in, not Alabama. It was Miami. Beat Miami and you're in. Join a conference. Stop playing teams like Stanford. Stop playing these weak teams and you'll get in the playoffs. I think that's what people forget why Alabama got in is their schedule was so tough, and they played teams out of conference on the road. And it's just that simple. I mean, in Notre Dame, what do you think about Notre Dame's response by opting out of the bowl game? I haven't had a chance to look here, but it feels like a handful of teams are opting out of these bowl games. And if I'm a sponsor, I'm going to start screaming bloody murder. And I think this might be a retraction of some of these bowl games. It used to mean something for recruiting and those extra practices, but if you opt out of the bowl game, you're basically telling the league that you're not willing to do it. So I'm just going to take a look here I just haven't seen a whole lot of information on it because I've been doing this live stream, but nonetheless, Alabama, I think, deserved to get in. They were the 1 seed going to the SEC championship. If they didn't play that game, then they're the SEC champions. If Alabama does not play the SEC championship game, they had the tiebreakers and they had the head-to-head over Georgia. So they would have been the SEC championships. Notre Dame's statement. As a team, we've decided to withdraw our name from the consideration for a bowl game. We appreciate the support. Get out of here, man. It's the worst response you could do. The worst response. So it's kind of ridiculous, man. You can't be opting out of bowls. I don't know. So Notre Dame discussed for nearly an hour before opting out. So I'm just trying to look and see if anybody else did that. I don't see anything major on it, but taking your ball and going home kind of has a tell on you, more than anything else. Everybody loves the Pop Tart Bowl, right? We got to see some sacrificial Pop Tarts going on there. So we're at commercial, ladies and gentlemen. I was just answering a question regarding the bowls. But I can't see nothing else on it crazy without giving too much mind because this is NFL mode. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to quarter number 4 in a 1-possession game. Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers on the Sunday afternoon America game of the week. Temperature 14 degrees, feels like 10 degrees. A 9-3 football team against an 8-3-1 football team. Bears, Packers, both teams are good. Both teams are trying to make plays. Both teams likely in the playoffs. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Inside run of Nungai. He gets through for almost 10 yards. So the Bears are running inside zone, and they're gouging them right now, and it's working. Packers, I didn't see their defensive line, their defensive formation prior to the snap. But if they're in cover 2, that's what I've been talking about the whole day of how you want to attack a football team. So now we got 12 personnel in here. I see Komet and Loveland in the huddle here. So the Packers are not a cover 2. They're more like a 3-4 here. So we're going to 2nd and 1. They did not get the first down. I assume it'll be a running in. It's play action to the right, but Packers don't bite it. But Caleb Williams throws. Caleb Williams had him beat to get the first down had he held onto the football and ran around it. And for some reason just threw the ball away. Good stuff. Got to bounce. Thanks for joining the show. 38-10, they're showing highlights. The Rams are just giving it to the Cardinals, pushing it in on them, so no Vaseline in Arizona. Looks like it's going to be Seattle and L.A. and San Francisco in that race. What a race in the West. All right, 3rd and 1, heavy formation for the Bears. Heavy for the Packers up front. I expect them to sell out. Motion for DJ Moore. Oh, he gives it off inside. He does get the first down. Gets about 7 yards. About 5 yards. DeAndre Swift. So right now the Bears are imposing their will in the fourth quarter. Remember earlier I talked about Green Bay should have wore that defense out to keep them on off the field. That was just a great job of the Bears up front making the blocks off tackle. So they got 57 rushing yards in the second half compared to 48 in the first. It's a 1st and 10. Toss right. And DeAndre Swift gets about 6.5. So the Bears are effectively running the football down the Packers' throat right now. So they're going to have to switch out some linemen here. You have to catch some breath because it's just been, Parsons coming off the field. And running the football is a physical, tasking idea. And when you, or not idea, concept. And when you put it into play, it's tough to do. So here we go. It's 2nd and 3. So when you're gaining 6, 7 yards on first down, you've really got to tighten up to try and get a stop and get off the field. The Bears have the ball at about the 43-yard line of Green Bay. Bunch formation left. Burden switches out right. They hand it off. Oh, they do like a reverse shovel pass to DeAndre Swift. He gets the first down. They faked the reverse and then did a shovel pass to Swift. So it was a little trickeration, but it worked. Got the first down. It was a high percentage trick play. They fake it to Swift, they fake the reverse, and then they do the shovel to Swift, like he threw an underhand. So it's a good play concept. It's still low percentage or high percentage play. The Bears have 10 first downs in this half to 2 for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 at 35. Caleb Williams play action. You can tell he's feeling it right now. Throws it right in the middle of the field to Colston Loveland inside the 30-yard line. They gain 8 yards on first down again. So the Packers defense has got to do something because right now they're giving it up. See Loveland coming off the field. Now Smythe is in at tight end with 2 tight ends set for the Bears on 2nd and 3. Your playbook's wide open here. Maybe if I'm the Bears, I take a shot here. You've done run after short play after short play. You're in field goal range. If I'm the Bears, they're in shotgun here. 3 wide out set. Is that Burden in motion? No, that's Smythe in motion. Packers got 5 on the line. We got man-to-man coverage. Caleb's panicking in the pocket. He gets away, and he does get the first down. Rashawn Gary was falling on top of him as he fell on top of him. He was going to slide, but he tackled from behind, not in front, so they're not going to call a penalty. But as a first down for the Bears, man, I don't know how he got out of that one. Incredible statistic for Caleb Williams. No sacks under 33 pressures and gets out of it. That's kind of stuff you look for. But he's not good at throwing it on the run. So that's kind of been the Achilles belt. Man, what a way to get out of that play. He was dead to rights. LaFleur's challenging the spot, so it might not be a first down. That's really close. I don't know if I'd waste a timeout in the fourth quarter on that, Matt. 11 minutes, 4 seconds. I don't know why LaFleur's challenging that. Oh, they reviewed it already. And he won the challenge. So it was not a first down. They reviewed that fast. Oh, he's a good 1.5 short. No, not 1.5, but a yard short. It'd be crazy if you get a stop, though, and you turn it over on downs, but it's like 3rd and this. So I guess you thought that was worth risking a timeout. I'm almost certain they're going to do play action here. But no guy's been getting the first downs, though. Swift, they've been running the ball really well. I wouldn't deviate from that. If it was my play call, Bears are going heavy up front. They got 2 receivers on the right, but it's heavy up front. He might sneak it. Motion. Zacchaeus. They hand it off. Swift gets the first down and 7 or 8 yards. The Bears' zone blocking scheme is working on these runs. So the Bears are just moving the ball, running it old school style. Nothing fancy. Just getting through. And just simple inside zone runs, inside ISO runs. football, high school football 101 play calling. And sometimes it's all it takes. 12 carries for 59 yards, but the Bears are behind. So they've got to be able to finish this drive. They might be trying to set it up. It's 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 wideouts. Packers got 4 on the line. Zacchaeus comes inside. There's play action. Caleb Williams escapes the pressure again. Parsons is trying to chase him down. And Caleb Williams just throws it, slings it, throws it away. He almost got sacked from falling down, but I will say this. Caleb Williams is elusive. He is able to get away from the pressure. Parsons was coming around the edge, and they broke contain, so he started to go inside. Caleb ran around, but Parsons is so athletic that he knew he wouldn't be able to get him. He just kind of threw it, threw it away, decided it was a dead play. It's not the worst call. 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. 29 dropbacks, 1 sack, 13 pressures today. Play clock's running down. 3 wideouts set here. Bunch formation on the right. That's an illegal shift, I think, but they got away with it. Okay, quarterback keeper left for 2 yards, but I think the Bears had somebody moving before the snap, but I don't think the refs caught it. Somebody was moving. So here we go here. What's the down and distance? 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, we're at 9 minutes, 45 seconds in the 4th quarter. All right, so here we go. The Bears lining up here. All right, 3 wideouts on the right, but Komet's going to come inside. I can already tell he's going to move. No, he doesn't. They do a little quick screen to Luther Burden. He's got inside screen. He's got the 1st down, 1st and goal. It's a good play call. Quick screen, inside tunnel screen for Luther Burden. Get the ball in your fastest playmaker's hands. He's the best wideout on the Bears, in my opinion. It was just the Packers had everybody on the other side of the football. The line got the job done. 58 got to his guy in the 2nd level there. You can see the Packers are getting bled out on this drive. 1st and goal from the 6. Heavy formation. 5 seconds on the play clock. Caleb Williams does play action. Packers don't buy it. Caleb Williams just kind of throws it in the end zone. So the Packers had that discipline on that play, on the play action. But they had so many people up front, you knew there wasn't a lot of options. Caleb Williams only has about a 50% completion rating right now, 16 to 30 for 134 and a touchdown. But right now you're in a position to tie the football game, and ultimately that kind of stuff doesn't matter. They got down on this drive just by imposing their will, running the football. I highly suspect they're going to make it a 2nd down run here to try and get 3rd and goal from inside the 5. So right now they're at the 6. So see what they do here. Loveland in motion from right to left. Hand it off inside. Gets to the 1. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. The Packers have just been allowing Green Bay's allowed them to run it inside. So it's 3rd and goal from the 1. We're going to see 2 opportunities at the end zone here. It's not field goal situation now. 8.5 to go in this. This be 8 minutes probably when they snap it. If I'm the Bears, I'm just putting it right out at them again. I know they're sucking wind. Burden and Zacchaeus are off the field, so it's heavy personnel. It's goal line personnel, both sides of the ball. They might do a play action bootleg, but I think you run it up the middle. Packers have not shown an ability. Lineman in motion. They do the play action. Lineman falls down, and it's a wide open touchdown for Colston Loveland. So it's play action. It looked like they wanted to go to a lineman that was eligible, but he fell down. So they went to the other side, and the Bears are within an extra point of tying this football game, ladies and gentlemen. What a second half for the Bears after only having 3 points in the first half. Man, they put 79 in motion, but he fell. Actually, he got clipped. Surprised it's not a penalty on the Packers, but play action misdirection in the corner of the end zone. 8 minutes left in the game. Santos set to kick the tying kick, and it is good. Tie ball game. We got a ball game in Lambeau, y'all. Real quick, do some final scores here. The Broncos and Raiders went final. 24-17 was the final. So Las Vegas put a little bit of a fight to try and come back in that game. And it is 45-10, the Rams over the Cardinals. I will not be updating that game anymore. That is officially over. 8 viewers coming down to the end of the Bears Packers. Or I guess Jacoby Brissett just threw a 15-yard touchdown pass to Michael Wilson. So just a moment here. Just want to take a look at some stuff. Let's see here. Give me just a moment. I can't believe the Raiders did that. All right. 7 viewers getting me home here. Good stuff. I'm going to turn the ticker off because that's been on all day. Banners. Let's just take a look at some other stuff here. I think I'll leave that on. So, what a game, what a game, what a game. Everything you advertised and more. Remember, the Bears were a 6-point underdog in this game. So, what a valiant effort there. But the Packers have got to get something going and just either bleed out the clock and try and kick with field goal or just keep doing what's got you here this whole game and try and win the football game. So, just a moment here. I'm getting notifications like crazy. Just a moment, y'all. Notifications galore, and that's what I'm just going to check in this commercial break. All right. All right, y'all. So they're showing the replay. They bid on the run, but just the middle, like he was just so open. Loveland was just so open. I don't know if that was busted coverage by Quay Walker. Ben Johnson still has his shirt on. We'll see if it comes off. So he's arguing with the refs about that block. I thought that was a low block. 17 plays, 83 yards, 8.5 minutes off the clock, folks. Just a minute. All right. Bears kick it off to the Packers, and they will take it for a touchback. So we're gonna see who's the real who really wants it more here. I mean, the game is in Lambeau, so you got the crowd. You got to get things. You got to make them. You got to go downfield and put points on the board and trust your defense. Like your defense is sucking wind right now. You can't go 3-and-out here. I think if you go 3-and-out, you're in trouble. You got to give your defense some rest. They just got absolutely neutralized on that stuff. So second half, 33 plays for the Bears, only 10 for the Packers. Time possession 17 minutes to 5. First and 10 for the Packers. They got 2 wideouts. This is 12 personnel. And they hand it off to Jacobs, and Jacobs gets upfield, breaks the tackle, and gets 10 yards for another first down. So at the 45-yard line. So that's what's been working for them the whole game. They shouldn't deviate from it until the Bears show and build, but they're in the cover 2. The Packers have an advantage when Chicago runs cover 2 defense up front without those linebackers being there to stop it. It might be different if the Bears linebacking core was healthy, but it's not. I think that's a matchup that you want to take advantage of if you're Chicago or if you're Green Bay. 3 wide up formation here. This has not been a super high powered offensive game. Love is 15-23. Hands off. Oh, play action. Love decides to take a shot there, and he hits Jaden Reed, who cooked CJGJ there. It looks like a 20-yard gain down the right side. Simple scissor route on the right side. I'm sorry, not scissor route. He cuts across, more like a deep out kind of cross route. But you just can't. Some guys are just faster. When you're older and playing secondary, that stuff can come back to you. So they're past midfield now. It's first and 10 for the Packers. at the 36-yard line. Love is 16 to 24 for 228 and 3 touchdowns. And single back formation, they hand it off to Jacobs again. He makes a little step there and gets about 2.5. So I think this might be a situation where we're going to see the Packers try and bleed the clock a little bit and give themselves the opportunity to score with least amount of time possible. If I'm Green Bay, though, I'm trying to get a touchdown here. I want to make Chicago all the way down the field, and I don't want them to do it with an 18-play, 80-yard run drive again. I'm going to make them go quick. Packers up to the line of scrimmage here again is 2nd and 8. Got motion from left to right. The Bears are in cover 2 again. Love just dumps it off to Jacobs in the flat. Gets past the line of scrimmage, breaks tackle, and gets about 6 yards there, so it should be 3rd and 2 for the Packers. But Gardner Johnson, once again, liability out there. Just got beat. I mean, Josh Jacobs just whiffed. Like, he just missed the tackle. That's all there is to it. There was no, fancy Madden play there. He just whiffed on the tackle. So, 3rd and 1. If I'm the Green Bay, I'm not doing anything cute. Let's see how the Bears line up here. And the Bears are heavier up front, but the Packers are in 3 wide, and there's going to be a timeout for Green Bay, so they want to talk it over here. And it's okay to talk these things kind of out when you're a little bit later in what's going on this far in the season. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 8 steady viewers today. Thank you so much for joining me. What a game. What a great game. Next week, if you're a Bears fan, the Bears host the Browns. We got the Raiders and the Eagles next week, Commanders and Giants. Cardinals go to Houston, Lions and Rams. That should be kind of an interesting one. The Titans come out to San Francisco. Lions season is Lions game will be big next week. What a big win for them on Thursday over Dallas. That was one of my plays. I liked that one. I don't think Dallas could keep up with that kind of firepower. Jahmyr Gibbs. So playoff picture right now, Seattle is the 1 seed with their win. The Bears are the 2 seed, Philly and 3, Tampa at 4, and the Rams 5, Packers 6, Niners 7. And the Lions are out. 3rd and 8. We got a 2 wide set. The Bears are all up on the line of scrimmage anticipating run. And they do a toss right to Jacobs. He cannot get out, but he cuts inside and he breaks the tackle, and he just gets inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Packers. Josh Jacobs absolutely made it a move inside to create a matchup there and got themselves a 1st and goal situation. What an incredible run by Jacobs. When you're built by Bama, you do things different. Christian Watson whiffed on his block, and they just missed the tackle. He shoved Byard down, but Byard did get the tackle. So 1st and goal for the Packers at the 7-yard line, and they hand it off. This is not Jacobs. This is he slips and falls. I didn't see the number. Is it? Oh, it's Wilson. He slipped and fell trying to cut back inside. But there's an injury on the field for the Bears. Number 26 is grabbing his face. Ben Johnson does not look happy right now. Keep your shirt on, Ben. Major right. That does not look good for the Bears. I think we're going to get injury time out here. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left. Jordan Love stats real quick. 17-25 for 234, 3 tutties and a pick. Super efficient game. And I'm just looking at the replay, and he just kind of collapses. Oh, he just kind of hits his own player. Oh, he caught the back of the foot from Romeo Doubs, unintentional, but. All right, I'll be right back, folks. Right back. 1 second here. Now look like I got kicked in the skull. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Hope he's all right. That just looks like a little bit of a kick in the head. Doesn't look serious. It just looks like he get popped in the face like in pro wrestling. It doesn't look like nothing, no concussion. All right. 2nd and goal for the Packers. Inside the 5-yard line. Looks like the 4.5-yard line. Jacobs is back there. We got 2 wideouts on the right. There could be a pick play here on the top side. Jacobs kind of motions to the right, then comes back inside, lines up on the left, and there is a penalty marker. So illegal shift or a false start. It's offsides on Chicago. So we'll see here on the replay what happened here. Oh, they simulated a snap and then 94 jumped. So now that moves the the Packers half the distance to the goal. Trying to cheat a little bit there. Trying to be slick. If it works, it works. If you ain't trying, you ain't. I mean, you got to be like Michigan and win the whole championship, though, if you're going to cheat and have it pay off. So second and goal from the 2-yard line. Jacobs in the backfield. The Packers line up heavy, and we got another stoppage. I think they're resetting the clock. Yep. Whew, what a spicy football game this is turning out to be. Finally, get a little light in here. Get some more light. There we go. There we go. That'll light it up a little bit better. Doesn't look so gloomy in here. All right, second and goal for the Bears from it's like the 2.5-yard line here. Heavy formation. Watson moves inside. They're going to give to Josh Jacobs, but he is going nowhere. No gain. The clock is ticking, though. We are going to be under 4 minutes on this next snap. The Packers really need to punch the ball in here to really consider making the Bears, what they're going to have the Bears do offensively to try and make them score a touchdown to tie the game at worst case scenario instead of trying to kick. I don't think Matt LaFleur is playing for a field goal here either. This is just what I think is going to go on here. Third and goal from the 3. Jacobs in the backfield. Got 2 wideouts on the right. This might be the pick play. I think Watson might get it on the corner here. Hands it off to Jacobs inside, and Josh Jacobs gets in for the touchdown. Josh Jacobs, built by Bama. Give it to your best running back. Let's make some plays. Let's do some damage. Remind the Bears that they are who we thought they were, folks. 3 minutes and 32 seconds left in the game, and each team has effectively imposed their will running the ball, however. The Bears did it on the last drive. In the second half, the Bears have been executing, and the Packers have been executing as well, through the air and then on the ground. On this drive, Jacobs had himself the drive on that one. When you're built by when you're built by Bama, you're just built different. Lining up for the extra point, the kick is up, and it is good. So it is a 28-21 Packer lead with 3:32 to go. What a run. Josh Jacobs basically carried the Packers down the field, scored the touchdown there. Nice little inside move and just get low and push hard and lower your legs. And, when you're heavier running back like he is, you want to get the job done. So good stuff, man. What a good game. I'm enjoying a beverage on this fine Sunday. 8 viewers. Thanking you guys so much for joining me on this absolutely 2-hour, 49-minute football game. Man, this is 2 broadcasts in one day. It's not normally my thing, but really wanted to react to the college football playoff, and come out here for this game that I've been looking forward to this one. 2 games all week. I've been looking forward to Alabama, Georgia, and then I was looking forward to this one and really trying to see where the Packers and Bears really set. And we see that they're pretty on par. I can't pick on – the game's not over, but I'm not going to pick on Chicago as much, except the little jabs here for the rivalry. But they're a much improved football team under Ben Johnson. You can see it. I thought they would be another year away because it's really difficult to see a first-time head coach in the NFL go out there and have this kind of success right away, unless you've got an all-world quarterback, and Caleb Williams hasn't been like when Matt LaFleur took over the Packers, they had Aaron Rodgers, right? And respectfully, Caleb Williams is not Aaron Rodgers. So for Ben Johnson to think that he would have the same kind of results for a quarterback that I want to say unproven was the right word. And, He's improved this year. Caleb Williams has improved this year. He's not. There's a lot of inefficiency in his passing games, and we're seeing that again today. And he's going to have to clean that up to get better. But it feels like Ben Johnson's been working towards the strengths of this football team, and that's what smart coaches do. You work towards the strengths of what you can do and try to be more effective with your overall nucleus of a football program, as opposed to just saying, I got a superstar and he's got to do it, whichever way. Any coach that adapts to his players' talents is an absolutely fantastic coach that you are running your football team. So, but we're at a commercial break. We're going to come back, and the Packers are going to kick it off to the Bears, and they just come back. So Caleb is 17-31 for 135, 2 touchdowns. But Love is 17-25 for 234, 3 touchdowns, the one pick. Caleb Williams QBR, it was 87. Caleb Williams was 121. According to Fox temperature, it feels like it's 7 degrees. It's dark out in Green Bay. Folks, I live in the desert. You don't have to shovel the heat. I lived in the Midwest for a long time. Couldn't be me. So as you can see, I got palm trees and mountains where I live. So kick by McManus goes in the Bears field at the 4-yard line. Takes it out past the 20 and just gets stuffed. Duvernay. Duvernay hasn't been too much of a factor, but I know he's a good returner. I remember him at Baltimore. He's able to break one anytime. Man, it looks cold at Lambeau. That's what you want in football, man. Like the Bears, for all those years that I teased them, now they're going to be now 3 of the 4 NFC North teams are going to be playing in domes: Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit. And the Packers are going to be the only one playing in the cold. When they build that new stadium out in Arlington Heights, it's going to be indoors for Chicago. I don't know how Bears fans feel about it. Helps you get a faster team, and you can go to the games in climate control, I guess. But to me, it kind of takes away from the specialness of football. Bears in a full house formation, which is a wishbone, but pushed up side by side by the quarterback. Play action pass, but the Bears are absolutely holding them on the line of scrimmage. Caleb Williams completes it to Luther Burden, and he's at midfield, still going. So that's twice the Bears have been in a 3 running back formation. I mean, it's tight ends and a running back, and have like winged it out and gotten big yards. They got big yards on both their formations like that. Ben Johnson should stick in that formation until the Packers show they can stop it. So it was a big time play there for the Bears for sure. All right, we're at the 47-yard line of Green Bay. Play action again. Looks back left. Caleb Williams runs around. He's escaping. He's running around. He's looking. He gets jacked and throws an incomplete pass. But he was running around and got hit. So it's just an long incompletion. They're just showing the replay here. Micah Parsons stayed strong. They had to use 2 backs on him, but he's so fast. But then he got hit by the safety that came running down there and hit Caleb Williams. It wasn't late, just was able to make him make a decision with the football, and that's what you want. It's Javon Bullard down there. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Bears. 3 wideout set. They play action doesn't fool anybody. There was holding like I've never seen before right there, and they didn't call it. Caleb Williams rolls right again, and he throws it deep, and it's complete to Duvernay inside the 25-yard line. That should have been holding, y'all. That should have been holding. They were holding Micah Parsons on that play. So everything that Caleb Williams does is outside the pocket right now, and it works. Man, they missed a hold there. I don't like to complain about officiating, but he was like you got to call that, man. So looks like the refs are letting them play. So the Bears are in the red zone. Man, it's a good throw. We're at the 2-minute warning. So it's going to be quite the finish. But man, they missed a hold. That was crazy. That was craziness. All right, let's take a look here. All right, folks. Sorry for the awkwardness there. I'm just trying to see if there's any other NFL news worth reporting, but nothing at this time. Nothing at this time. So the Pop Tarts Bowl is going to be Georgia Tech versus BYU. So that'll be a little bit of fun. A couple of these teams opting out of playoff games or bowl games. I don't think that's good for college football. We're going to see how that goes going forward. Notre Dame really showed bitch ass stuff by not going in the bowl game after missing the playoff. Like that's the most arrogant one. The committee should remember that next year. So join a conference, Notre Dame. I'm sure if you're a Bears fan watching this, you're probably a Notre Dame fan, but join a conference. Ain't nobody trying to hear your special rules. Who do you think you are, man? Who do you think you are? When's the last time you won a natty? 88? I don't think so. It's been a long time. Pushing 40 years without a championship. You ain't what you think you are. 2-minute warning. Lambeau Field. The Bears are driving. Man, that was a hold, though. I said it before, like the pass was even thrown, it was completion, y'all. Like, it just was crazy that wasn't called. It's spicy. What's Caleb Williams going to do, ladies and gentlemen? So it's 1st and 10. The Bears have all three timeouts at the 23-yard line here. This is a single formation. Packers got 7 and 8 in the box there, so they're anticipating run, and they do run the ball, and he just maneuvers through there. So Monungai gets past the 20. It's like at the 18-yard line, so it'll be second down. 19 or 34 for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns for Caleb Williams, so he's recovered nicely from that abysmal first half that he had. But I think that the Bears are going to try and get a touch. I got a feeling Ben Johnson's going to go for the win if he gets in there. I don't think they're going to play for overtime. That's not his style. He's going to want to absolutely stick it to Green Bay. And he should. If you think you can do it, 2nd and 4. This is a heavy I formation. Strong right. Caleb Williams hands it off to the left side. Kyle Monungai gets close to the first. Should be 3rd and short. All right, so the Bears are just taking their sweet time with the football here. And there's no reason for them to rush it. We're under a minute. 3rd and 1. We might see some funny stuff here. We might see something funny here. Heavy formation. Heavy formation. Clock is just ticking, y'all. But the Bears do have to score a touchdown, and they run it, and he does not get the first. He is short. It is 4th down. And now the Bears take a timeout. So 26 seconds left. I thought we might see a little funny stuff there, but the Bears lined up heavy. I just did a simple run, and that's the right call. I just thought Ben Johnson might do some goof troop stuff, but great defensive penetration on that one. And Kingsley Ngbari got in there. So 21-28, Green Bay is up. Remember, the Bears have to score a touchdown here, so you want to flirt with disaster. Sometimes that's kind of what. I don't know. I think the Bears are going to go for 2 if they score. I believe it in my soul. But you're taking a risk. You're trying to walk a line. Like, you got to play football to win, not to worry. Like, man, we'll see 4th down. They're going for it as they have to. And now it's timeout, Green Bay. Of course, why would I be overhyped and say they're going for it? Of course, fucking game on the line. So, lots on the line here. Lots of playoff positioning. It's been a good football game. Both teams have played pretty sound football. Only 1 turnover. The Packers were cooking them in the secondary, though, but they also were really. I don't want to say either one of these teams were conservative either. Like, if it works, it's not conservative. Conservative is like really being afraid to take some chances. And I didn't see that in this game from either team. So again, Caleb Williams, 1934, 186, two tutties. Jordan Love, 1725. The graphic went away. 4th and 1. This is the game. 4th and 1. Heavy set. Are they going to do some trickerations? We got motion from Lovin. From left to right goes. They do play action to rolling right. Caleb Williams can run and get the first down. He throws it in the end zone. It's intercepted. Kazion Nixon picks off the fingernails, and the Packers are going to win the game, ladies and gentlemen. Go, Pack, go. Caleb Williams could have ran that for the first down, but this is not your house, dog. Ben Johnson, you need to keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt on. Actually, you should put a jacket on and kind of put that hoodie over your face, bro, because your boy didn't get you home. Your boy didn't get you home. You're looking for DJ Moore here. I'm just looking at the replay. If he runs it, it's a first down, but he looks open. But if he throws it to DJ Moore, it's a touchdown. DJ Moore was uncovered. DeAndre Swift had 5 guys on him. But Nixon redeems himself for the 2 personal fouls in the first half. And Green Bay is still your owners, Chicago. Oh, Caleb Williams like, oh, man. It's on you, bro. That's on Caleb. You made a bad throw. We're taking a knee, but we're taking that W. We're taking that W. You are not winning in Lambeau Field. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, Chicago. You are what you are. You will always be this way. It's a good game. Came down to a bad just a bad play by Caleb Williams. I mean, just you could have ran it, man, and gave yourself a new set of downs. You have the timeouts. You have every opportunity to do the right thing. But I think you're going to kind of go like this in the standings, and we're just going to see a new king of the North right now. You'll have your chance again in 2 weeks in Chicago. But I guess Ben Johnson really enjoys beating the Green Bay Packers, doesn't he? He just really enjoys it. He ain't enjoying it today. You got Jordan Love flexing on you. So they're looking at Ben. It's your fault, buddy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was one hell of a football game. The Green Bay Packers are absolutely showing exactly who they are. Kings of the North. You know, the Packers come out. I think that's another. Let's see, they beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. They beat the Bears today. So they're beating good quality football teams. The Bears had their win last week against Philadelphia, fall short today against Green Bay. But ladies and gentlemen, what a game, what a ride. Thank you so much for joining me. I have 9 viewers right now. 3 hours you've sat with me to watch this football game. We are on to the next. I will see you guys Friday for an episode of Cover 2 Cash with Bobby at Bobby's Big Board. And that's it. I'm going to end the stream. Y'all have a great night and enjoy Sunday Night Football. So we'll see you next week. Bye.